everyone. I'm Cody Stone with Random Encounter Productions. Your show is going to start in just a few minutes, but while I've got you alone, let me talk to you about how you can help us keep the dice rolling. You can join us over at patreon.com/Random Encounter Productions. We have Patreon levels from the $1 to the $20 level. You get access to a lot of really cool things. Heroes of the Multiverse with digital artwork. We're going to be doing overland maps and dungeon maps throughout all of 2019. You also get early access to some of our GM tip videos and raw file footages. You can, at the $10 level, get a Twitch subscription. At the $5 level, you get access to our Discord where we all hang out. The characters write stories. All the wonderful players are great writers and artists, and it's just a wonderful community. We want you to be a part of that. So if you can help support us over there, it would mean the world to us. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch subscription. It's really awesome. You just have to renew it every month. So if you choose to do that with us, that would be amazing. So thank you very much for that. Just remember to renew it every month. If you don't have Amazon Prime, if you can't patronize right now, there's a few ways you can still help the channel. That would mean the world to us. First of all, we're getting our YouTube channel up and running, youtube.com/Random Encounter Productions. We're going to be doing exclusive shows over there, as well as our GM tips, really pushing to put out content on a daily basis. So please subscribe over there, hit the bell, hit the notification thing, share those videos, help us get the word out as much as possible, because we love doing these shows for you guys. We want to do them for everybody. So that would be wonderful. If you want to help us out in other free ways, we have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, and we're on Facebook. All the links to those things are down below. So join us over there, subscribe, share, follow, all of that classic stuff. And we really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We love doing this, and we love doing it for you, with you, and all of those things. So we will see you soon. Hey guys, let's talk about Skull Splitter. That's right, one of our wonderful sponsors, and my favorite name to say. You can find the link down below. Just look for that helmet and the awesome double axe feature. They are a fantastic dice company. They do exclusives of their own design for dice palettes. We gave away some of their Huntress sets. We're going to be getting more giveaways from them in the future. Also, they do these really awesome dice tins that are class exclusive for the Rogue, the Warlock, the Wizard, and I believe the Gunslinger as well. They do pounds of dice. They do grab bags of dice. Their stuff is absolutely awesome. They do plastic. They do stone. They do metal. They do it all. So click on the link down below. Head on over there. Check them out. Anything you order there through our link helps out the channel. And otherwise, just tell them we sent you. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Hey guys, check out our friends over at Caspollux, CASPOLLUX.com. Enter the promo code Random Encounters. You get 15% off your entire order over there. They are awesome. They do dice, they do jewelry, they do a lot of really fun, nerdy things. They ship very quickly. It is high quality goods, and it is extremely well priced. And with an additional 15% off, you guys can go absolutely nuts. So please check them out. They're friends of the channel. They help us out, and the more you guys get from there, the more things that we can actually give away to you guys. So head on over there. Once more, that's Caspollux, CASPOLLUX.com. Promo code Random Encounters. All right, see you soon.
Right, sons. he built it. I'm taking video of someone who's going for the first time, and she's very emotional. Oh, okay. No, go ahead. Caitlin? Okay, can we touch everything? Yes, you can. Please. Right up this way. I want to touch all the things. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my. Black Spire's carpet. Holy crap.
And welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight we have...
I'm Noah. I will be playing Credo, the half-orc monk, way of the Drunken Fist.
There we go.
I'm Trevor. I will be playing Ruben, the human bard, College of Whispers.
I am Carlos. I will be playing Riker, the human ancestral guardian. I'm still not over it. Hi, I'm Cole. I'll be playing Tesla, the Warforged Battlesmith Artificer.
All right. Welcome, guys. New friends, old friends. Glad to be back. We had a trip this weekend, so it threw off our normal schedule. If you guys are some of our normal friends, you're on our Discord, our Patreon. Keep your eyes peeled because I've got some things I'm working on overhauling for you guys. So we're going to start doing some, I think, a tabletop simulator Gloomhaven game. We might start running some other monthly games with the patrons. So team members, if you're interested, keep an eye out as well. And we'll see what's going on with that. The Kickstarter did great. We're waiting for the money to be released from the company. Once we have that, we can place you orders for everything. You guys should be looking out for an exit survey, and that's where you can put on any add-ons. It'll come with a link directly to our PayPal accounts, I think, for any add-ons that come above and beyond what you already pledged. So we will keep you updated on all of that. We might do a bonus show tomorrow. We might not. We don't know. We want to. We'll see who's available. But it is October, so we gotta do something fun. It's a game. It is an RPG game. I think we absolutely could do it. Not for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a little short notice.
It's a little short notice, and it feels like a 2-session game.
Yeah,
it feels like one session should be build the everything, and the second one should be
there's like 3 phases to the game.
Yeah,
What game is this?
it's called Die, DIE.
Oh, I thought he was just kidding.
No,
it's actually.
No, it is the technical plurative of dice.
Yep.
Die or singular die. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's very meta.
It's super meta and it's super like.
Yeah. So I think that would be a really fun game. We'd have to get the right cast for it because that's always an interesting thing, especially given the structure of the game. So that's something we could do. We've also talked about one board game we haven't had the chance to play on stream yet that I would really like to play is Arkham Horror.
It's not in the credits.
Yes, it is. We had gone to set it up on our last 12-hour stream day, and that's when the cameras gave up on us. So we have that, or maybe a Call of Cthulhu one shot one night, or something inspired by Kingdom Monster Death, Monster Kingdom Death, Kingdom Death Monster. Mix those words up some way.
Death Monster King. Yes,
My apologies
Bless
to
you.
everybody listening at home. So we have a lot of ideas. Are we going to do anything with them? Probably. Get off my back.
We got a lot going on.
We'll figure it out.
Life is hard.
So some bonus shows will be coming to you for October. Those absolutely will be happening. Any other fun things that we have to announce? Cole, you said you got some podcast
I
episodes.
do.
They're going to be coming up.
I know, it's baffling. I'm
Tell us
so
about it.
excited. So finally, I should be putting in a new episode of Rise of an Empire soon, just because I finally have time somewhat to edit, and I should be getting some friends in there to. We're going to be talking obscure RPGs. I have friends who are literally pestering me all the time. So when are we going to talk about Star Wars again? The ones who are on the podcast. I've got a lot of different ideas to talk about. I want a whole thing where I talk about just BioWare games because
Nice.
that's a deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a deep cut.
Couple of things like Greedfall.
Greedfall. My
Greedfall.
girlfriend just finished it.
Yeah, not BioWare,
Not
but BioWare inspired.
BioWare inspired.
style.
BioWare
yeah.
adjacent.
BioWare adjacent. But if you want true old school BioWare, I believe they re-released for consoles Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
They did.
Remastered and re-released. Those are the original BioWare
Yep.
like prototypes.
They are all on Steam.
Oh yeah. They are also all on Steam. I think you can get them on tablets and phones as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got all the classic BioWares. Like that was the first I played Baldur's Gate 2, never played 1. And it freaked me out when characters started talking to me. and they're like, because your party, your random NPCs would be like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I don't."
Why are you speaking to me?
They're like, "I can
This is
I-
your thing?
I can flirt with people. I don't How do I do that? That's weird." I got to a point where I had like, what is it called? Save scummed like 3 games, and I couldn't proceed with any of them. One was me dying to a dragon. One was me dying to illithids. One was me getting to a new port and getting TPK'd. So all 3 of my games, I was like, I apparently was just very bad at it. And I was like,
I normally do. Like,
yeah,
I was like,
exactly. Yeah, I was like, someday in the future, this will be explained by a friend of mine. But for now, I must stop this game. So I've always wanted to go back and pick it up.
Also, I was having conversations with friends about old games and how they're still hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because the biggest example is Lion King for the Sega Genesis.
Oh.
There are people who go back to that game now, still can't get past the first level.
Aladdin.
That too.
Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
Disney was ruthless back in they're ruthless now. But
that
We shouldn't be
Battletoads.
surprised when they treat
Battletoads.
their workers like crap because of how they treated us during
Yeah.
those games.
Battletoads is another famously difficult game, but it's weird because they are designed with the arcade machine theory in mind. That at some point you ramp up the difficulty to be impossible, specifically so that people continue to
spend money.
spend quarters. But when they would release them on home consoles, they didn't change anything. So there are a group of games or games from people from that design mentality that a game is not meant to be beat.
Oh.
And so they are literally like nigh impossible.
There are people who like devote their whole lives to beating those games.
Like Battletoads is famously difficult because of the second jet ski level, which is randomized, like waves and blocks, and it's like a split second to hit the jump right. It's literally like less than a second.
Fast enough.
And there's no.
It's like, is it the Mario builders? Like
it
was
was
like those. Before you would just be able to make the level and let it go. Now I think you have to be able to make the level past the level.
Yeah.
Before you're allowed to,
release it.
And which, regardless, I'm like, no, I'm good.
This man's looking like Jesus with his beard and his dreadlocks. This man's straight up looking like Jesus.
So this is the kind of conversation that you'll be able to see on Random Acts of Awesomeness.
There you go.
Boom! Full circle.
That's that broadcast training in action right there.
Bring things right back. Right back. That's all it is. Yeah.
Well, we're also giving our new friend a chance to finish picking his spells.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, that too. So vamp. There's no one better. There's no one greater.
There you go.
Since we've got, I see 2 minutes till 8. I've got a 2-minute question specifically for Cole. I don't know if any of the rest of you would care to participate, but if so, please jump in. So Hell in a Cell. Here's what I have discovered is that AEW does not have to be good as a wrestling company. They just have to be not shitty. That is, they can literally not, if they can not fall, they will earn fans.
That ending was rough.
For those of you that don't know and or care or like professional wrestling, last night was Hell in a Cell. Traditionally, the blow off for big feuds and rivalries. The main event inside the cell.
It's supposed to be the most punishing, death-defying, no holds barred match ever created.
There's a man that literally flew from the top of it twice in one night. Almost ruined his life, but it made his career. He now can live the rest of his life touring around just talking about that one match.
He's a man known as Mick Foley or Mankind or Cactus Jack.
See, I've heard
Dude Love.
I don't follow wrestling.
That's fine.
But I'm like, I've heard
that. He's also a New York Times bestselling like children's author. Like he's a great guy.
That's amazing.
It's hilarious.
Oh,
he's got like 3 or 4 books. He's very funny. He's super charismatic. But so last night, Hell in a Cell, Seth Rollins defended his title against The Fiend.
Just realized. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I fully thought you were saying the name Helena.
Ah, yeah, Helena.
I said, who's
Yeah.
Helena Cell? Who is she?
Helena.
She sounds great.
Sounds
She
like a
should be
really
next-
bad drag name.
That's
That
That's
should
a
be your drag
great
name.
drag
Yes.
name.
Yes.
No,
Cole.
Halloween. Done.
Someday.
We're putting you in
Is
drag.
it so? Is
It
it
will
bad?
occur.
Is it bad that also my mom gave me the most backhanded compliment one day because
What'd
she
she
said
say?
I would make an excellent drag queen.
Okay, like that's not even a backhanded compliment.
That's
That
okay.
means like you have those broadcast skills. You can like entertain an audience. You can, be the center of attention.
You're very pretty
It's a
and very
compliment.
handsome.
Right.
Like you embody all.
I don't know how I feel about it.
It's a Venn diagram.
I think that's a lovely compliment.
Yeah. So took on The Fiend, and for the second year in a row, Hell in a Cell, the most dangerous match in all of sports entertainment, the one which shortens your career and people risk life and limb, ended in a disqualification
Ref stoppage.
and a ref stoppage.
What's the fucking difference?
So
Never mind. Don't tell me I don't care
Nothing.
about technicality in sports.
it's you're fine.
It's
Please,
the
Lord,
it
do not
was,
tell
it was
me.
it was a very poor decision, and now
It-
it puts WWE on their heels in a fight against
A brand new
AEW,
company.
A brand new company.
that beat them in the ratings
Yeah.
this week in their first
So
week.
here's my thing: is like, can you convince me in like a sentence, maximum 2 sentences, that wrestling isn't stupid?
Yeah.
Two
Okay.
grown men
I-
half naked fighting for a belt. It's amazing.
Lovely. I'm gay.
Also,
Oh,
so here it
never
is.
mind. I am too.
You,
That's
you,
why I
can,
love
you
it.
can you
I-
can
I-
say that, you
I-
can say
I-
that with women
I,
because there are many women that do it.
I can get it.
If I may, because I have convinced many a theatrical person
That's
to
a good
enjoy
angle.
wrestling.
I do like theater.
You do. Um, it is romantic literature played out live in front of you with stunts.
Okay.
It's a soap opera with fists.
Yeah,
I do like both of those.
it is
Never
that is all it is. It is a soap opera storyline which harkens back to classic romantic hero heroine stories of the 1880s and 90s, in which the hero overcomes dramatic and overwrought odds to win the day, and it's told with that and live in front of you.
Yeah, it's just an alternate way of telling stories.
Yeah, that is what it is.
See, I never thought of it because, like, I enjoy MMA.
Mhm.
I don't follow anyone in particular. I just enjoy two men beating the crap out of each
Speaking
other.
of
Sure.
MMA,
Like, and it's not for any reason. It's just to put two people in a cage and go at it.
Yeah, the thing is that people find the distinction between a pre-scripted story being presented as not scripted
Mhm.
as off-putting
but
for
movies
people.
are scripted and they're presented as if they're not.
And you'll also find a lot of things that are now reality TV, right?
That
Which
have
are
been-
you're either reenacting something or they've been set up, or if they are not scripted, they are produced,
Yeah.
right? To create a realistic drama in a fabricated way. But wrestling's been doing that for years, right?
Now I'm gonna have to, like,
For
go back
decades.
and watch wrestling, thinking
Yeah.
about it in the way that you
Yeah,
just
it's
described it.
and once
I'm like,
once you do,
like,
it becomes infinitely more compelling.
If you enjoy stage combat, what is tremendous is watching people that have not rehearsed stage combat
Do it.
call a match live, in which they both know the same language and they are improvising it as they go.
Yeah.
The most recent example I would say of that is it's 2017, I want to say, Survivor Series, AJ Styles versus Finn Balor.
So good.
Because one of their opponents came down sick. I think it was Bray Wyatt, actually.
Bray Wyatt
Was
had like the flu or
Yeah.
something like that.
No,
There
he
was
had
a-
like
there was
he had like it was a thing they contracted from South America. It had a name like meningitis or
I know. Somebody had
Asperger's.
meningitis. Some people had staph infection.
staph infection. Yeah.
Me too.
And so they put this other wrestler in last minute, like day
Literally
day
flew
of.
in the day of.
Yeah.
From Chile.
So they had no time to prepare. They went out there and had legitimately the match of the night, and they are improvising the entire thing. And you can see, if you know how to watch it, you can see the moments where they are communicating with each other.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, they are acting as though they are attempting to legitimately harm and hurt each other. And it is, for the aspects of performance alone, it is worth analyzing.
And on top of that, Brock Lesnar is now the WWE champion.
Poor
And
Kofi. He deserved better.
he deserves so much better. But
Justice for Kofi.
do you know who? Justice for Kofi. Do you know who came out to confront him? Cain Velasquez. Yeah. Cain
I love
Velasquez.
you. I don't know.
Cain Velasquez was
Good
the guy-
response.
Good response. Cain Velasquez was the guy who beat Brock Lesnar for the UFC heavyweight championship.
Knee barred him? Was that his
I
first
think
loss?
so. That was his first loss.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that was his second loss. His first loss was to Frank Mir.
Oh, right.
He got
Okay.
smoked.
All right, guys. Well, we gave you all the time we could.
I have my spells. I don't have magic items. But I
When
don't
you
have a
think of
list
an item you
those.
would like,
Okay.
do you? Yeah. Would you like a +1 weapon?
I don't know, maybe some armor.
The wand
Some
of the War
armor?
Mage.
Okay.
What's
See what
a
I'm good
bard
at.
wear?
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or light or medium, depending on the college.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's get into it, guys. Thanks for indulging our wrestling talk. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Our adventure takes place in and around the continent of Rotem. It is a continent dominated by the Albrechtian Empire, a empire who has had their emperor, Don Dorian of the Black Gem, the leader of the Rockhawk Legion, bringer of law, queller of chaos, has been replaced by a cabal of evil doppelgangers, shape changers, aided by the lunacy, a celestial body of madness and imbalance. Our heroes are a group of revolutionaries who have dedicated themselves to finding and fixing the empire.
Kind of fun, whole empire. Sorry.
Huh?
I was being dumb.
Okay. When last we left our heroes, they have been in Arartico, their home base of operations, for a couple of days. They have been in search of a way to specify where Dondorian is. The heroes of old, House Victors, have narrowed the location down to 2 potential places. One being the realm of Pandemonium, the plane of howling madness and an infinite maze in which death is forbidden from offering release to its captives. And the other alternative seems to be the maze, capital T, capital M, the demi-plane controlled by the Lady of Pain, the sole deity responsible for Sigil, the City of Doors, the birdcage, just the cage. They've done some research. They have uncovered some familial relations between the Lady of Pain and 2 other greater deities. Doesn't quite cover it. Elder gods, beyond deities, cosmic forces, the twin brothers known as Quill and Rin, who had at some point in history long forgotten protected this prime material plane from the wandering idiot, a eldritch horror beyond comprehension, too stupid to realize it was endangering things dramatically insignificant to it. They have done that bit of research. Also, you guys yesterday, we're starting on the 24th of Fel. On the 23rd of Fel, you had spent the day in search of the Temple of Panex. Panex is the deity, the pantheon, the Albrechtian deity of liars, beguiling, chance, and last-ditch efforts. And so, also he keeps secrets of the living, lies of the living. And so, realizing that there was the one great lie, the propaganda of Albrecht, that after his crusade, he either killed or tamed all of the wild gods. He sought out Panex, discovering that, yeah, I see the Jesus in it. It's hard. It's real hard.
To draw a man with a beard and longer hair and not make him look like Jesus, difficult.
I know.
A challenge.
Somebody tried to draw our captain Alon James or AJ Styles.
Straight up like Jesus?
Just, yeah. Everything she tried was just pure Jesus. Yeah.
Listen, it's honestly really Christian's fault for making so many different pictures of Jesus. So now any man with a beard and long hair could be a picture of Jesus.
No matter what race. Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Very Jesus-like. Look at me with those eyes wide, Jesus. What are you doing? Sorry. Here we go. Speaking of these deities, Pantheon, Panex. Frustrating time. He's the god of lies.
Oh,
yeah.
It was annoying.
Yeah, but he did offer you guys a few benefits. One, Madeline was given the liar's coin, or as sex Panex, as it was called. 50% of the time, it works every time. It is a small counterfeit coin designed to, on a flip, basically, if it comes up heads, it'll tell her whether someone is a shape changer or not.
Which, if you're up against a cabal of evil doppelgangers,
Useful.
Just out of curiosity.
oh,
What if it lands tails?
It doesn't say.
Oh, okay. So we haven't run into that. Okay, it doesn't say.
Yeah, no, it's been tested basically. So that's why 50% of the time it works every time.
Got it.
That's that. Yeah, it was clever, but it was also meaningful. So yeah, if on a tails, the coin just can't tell.
Got it.
You were given that. You were also given some information about pandemonium. There was a suggestion of using the spell contact other planes in order to determine if Dondorian is in pandemonium or if he is in the maze. The maze itself has a tremendous number of problems to get to and out of. Pandemonium is extremely dangerous by itself. Neither of them are great.
So the less we have to worry about traveling to one, the better. So it's best to just eliminate one as soon as possible.
Right.
Good idea. Not sure we're going to be able to avoid traveling to one eventually, but we'll get
I'd
there.
rather not travel to both.
Oh, yeah, totally. On the same page.
So, you guys are inside the Warhound and the World's Peace. Credo, Tesla, congratulations. You are now the old people.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Been here a week and already promoted. Well done.
Love to see it. Credo's used to it.
Um,
Got that thing better.
our new friends will be joining us, but you guys, usually what I do is I introduce people via a NPC. And while Carlos, you have been here plenty of time, Samandriel has ridden off into the Underdark.
Sunset.
Underdark
Doesn't really
version of the
happen down there,
sunset.
but sure.
What was that demon's name again?
Zugmoy?
It's a
Zugmoy.
Zugmoy's demise.
Yeah.
Is where Samandriel has a.
Absolutely. So the Oathsworn are continuing their battle against a number of the demonic princes that are down there. And literally the Underdark is burning as Farrakha's ever-creeping blaze spreads, removing all of the spores as well as spore-borne creatures and just other things it comes across. It is a cleansing flame that is creeping throughout the entirety of the Underdark. The Myconids most likely do not survive this encounter, although it is a possibility. Any of the creatures down there that rely on fungal or fungus to survive, it's removing all of that food source. In time, it may grow back, but it is a devastating process.
But still burning.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Underdark is
It's
the
creeping
world.
out. Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean
the world just underground.
yeah,
Plan work.
exactly. So that is a process, and the Oathsworn have other demons to deal with. You know, there's I think they still have Orcus and
Oh, we still have that. We still have that terrifying Orcus medallion thing that we found in the Underdark that we still haven't identified. Oh, good. That's gonna have to be a whole thing with Jurek and Tesla
Mm-hmm.
and what's her name?
Which one?
The new artificer.
Cinder.
Yes.
Cinder.
So
That's
the
right.
three of us are just gonna have to like.
Artificer party.
Oh my
Party
God.
fisser.
Party Fisser.
Party Fisser.
All right, trademarked. We got it.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Oh.
And if you didn't, lie to us. Um, so you guys have this information. I think the two of you, I think Areshki is a good point of entry. She is, while perhaps a bit quiet for a bard, she is often in need of a mouthpiece, somebody to speak for her, to help her reacclimate into society and things like that. And from what I know of Riker, he could use a little help on that front.
Correct.
As well. So, within the past couple of months, you guys have been contacted by Oreshki. For those of you that do not know, she is a dwarf of unusual height for her. She's tall for a dwarf, so I think she's like 5 foot.
Like rats of unusual size.
Yeah.
I don't know if they exist.
Tall dwarf, born of the northern mountains. She usually has deep black hair, shaved, many tattoos, a bright, very vivid eagle across her back. Wears very little, mostly traditional leathers of sort of a very tribal and barbarian make. But yeah, she needs no armor, and the cold never bothered her anyway. So
I see what you did there.
thanks. What can I say?
I'm all about it.
All right, guys, we've been talking about this too long. Let it go.
Oh, boo. Boo.
I
You're
love
on
it.
timeout, Noah.
I love it. She is already in the corner.
So you probably would have arrived within the last week. You missed out on the recent fun with the Liches and the Underdark. But you guys have been privy to the beginnings of this search for the Emperor, and that is our current arc. So you are within the Warhound and the World's Peace. It is a hunter's lodge of a tavern. Many sort of trophy beasts up in the corners and heads on walls and things like that. I like to think sort of Monster Hunter World architecture of like, we found a bone. Let's just jam it in here and it'll hold a place up. Behind the tavern bar is Avrin. He's about 5'10", long blonde hair, Germanic sort of features, slightly older gentleman, nearing 50. Yeah, and the rest of the bar is relatively quiet. It's pretty early in the morning, say about 10 a.m. So some people are in there. There are always some people in here, and you guys have pieced together that they are most likely members of the Sathrian Brotherhood, that are a order of religious assassins. So, what would you guys like to do today? Why don't you take a moment, introduce your characters, describe what you look like for each other, and we can go from there.
Sure. Would you like me to start?
Yes, please.
Brilliant.
Always to my right.
Thank you. Okay. So you see Creda sitting probably at the bar chatting to Avrin. She's sort of chatty. She's a big, about 6'2", muscly half-orc lady. She's got sort of a shitty, oily brown black robe on with a crappy rope belt. Basically, she looks like shit. She's got buzzed hair, short but like not particularly well or neatly done. Sort of, if you remember in Avatar: The Last Airbender, when he goes to the Fire Nation, his hair grows out of it. That's the idea. Big old tusks. Generally loud. If you're within 1,000 feet, you can probably hear her saying,
Nope.
talking to Avrin, just like talking about something stupid. She's like, do you know there's a robot god under the city? Like, have you seen it? Like, I went to see it one time, and she's just like having this discussion.
I mean, I don't. I have never taken the time. And he's just keeping up as he's working, right? Like he's wiping down the bar.
You'll wipe down the bar.
Yeah.
What's troubling you, buddy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Idle animation of Avrin.
Yep.
Yep. That's what's going on.
Cool.
Frida.
So am I just walking in?
Sure.
Okay,
Come on in.
so Ruben is he looks a little anxious. He's just looking around a little. He's dressed up like black, nice cloths, but few instruments tied to his back. Blonde hair, probably shoulder length, and he's kind of quiet looking around, probably staying near Riker, who knows, but just looking around, kind of young, just on his feet, on his toes, not knowing exactly what's going on. Not sure of anything.
Very cool.
Riker is about early 40s, about 6 foot tall. He's been secluded for a long time, so he's not the most well-kept individual. His long hair has now turned into dreads, just long, bushy beard. Again, he doesn't really care much of appearances. He's kind of like a Reshki. He's trying to like reacclimate to people, like how to interact with people. So like he can relate with her quite a bit. 6 foot tall, doesn't wear armor. Like his clothes are tattered and torn, but he doesn't really care much for them, so he doesn't keep them up again. His eyes are brown. The one thing you'll notice about his eyes, if you stare long enough, is that there's a gold halo right around his pupils. And he tends to like fidget and talk to himself. So just don't mind it. He might be a little crazy. He might not be. You don't know. We'll find out.
So Tesla is a Warforged envoy class. So instead of the 3-fingered claw thing, they have 5 articulated fingers, built for delicate work. They are about 6'4", 290, with no real discerning gender features, because they're just essentially they're just the plate and dark wood. It's pretty much all you can see for the most part. They're not wearing any clothes except for a cloak and just like a bandolier of tools with a tool belt. You can see on all the exposed metal parts of their body, they have just different arcane symbols just carved in with no real discernible pattern. And on their back, they have a large great sword, very Cloudbuster sword-ish looking. And to their side, they have a large picture of Mabari Warhound from Dragon Age made out of metal. And that is their iron companion known as Edison. And Tesla is most likely sitting at a table in the corner as far away from Credo as they can possibly get, while still being able to drink, because that is what they've been led to drink. They have no other option.
Pushed to the drink.
But they've been pushed to the drink. So yeah, that's probably where they're at.
Sorry, last important Greedo detail. She's got a wineskin camelback with a little tube she drinks from. It's just going at all times. Just taking it.
I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, she'd probably be the first one to be like, "Hey, new guys, what's up?"
Hi.
Hi.
You're fun. Came in with a rescue, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a weird one, right?
Not really. I don't think she's weird.
No, just like you meet a lot of people like that.
Don't meet a lot of people.
Same.
Oh, cool. Well, it's a big city. Big city for people who don't meet lots of people. How have you been doing so far?
It's an acclimation process.
Yeah. I bet. Well, welcome to Warhound.
Well, thank you.
I'm Credo.
Ruben.
Riker.
This is Avrin.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Good.
And don't know most of these motherfuckers, but like the one in the corner, that's Tesla. They don't much like me, but you two are more quiet, less people. Then
Can I hear her
you'll do
talking
just
about me?
fine.
Hey, have you ever known Credo to be quiet?
That's true.
I would normally involve roles, but I think that's the accurate answer.
So Tesla would just sit
So-
there and be like, "Don't speak for me."
But was I
Please.
wrong though?
No, shut up.
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah, great person. So, well, not quite a guy, more of a robot person. Is that
Seems-
racist?
I've never met one before, so I don't know.
Nice to meet you too, Tesla.
Why does this parade of new people who I do not who are probably stupid never end?
You don't know the
I'm
stupid.
actually quite intelligent. Thank you very much.
think
I
I'm
don't know. You're
stupid.
smarter than me, then no. And you're
I don't know
probably
you,
dumb.
so I wouldn't know. Oh, he's a ball of sunshine, isn't he?
They were ball
They.
of sunshine.
They.
Yeah. Yeah, just a ball of sunshine and metal. But yeah, so you heard about this whole emperor business.
Yeah.
She mentioned it.
Yeah, bit of a mess, bit of pandemonium around. Don't suppose either of you are typically very, very magic-y. Got a lot of the crazy magics.
Yeah. Pretty magic-y. Been trained some.
Yeah, I see you got a lot of instruments. What you got there?
Well, this one's a lute, my favorite, and then I have a drum, and right here's my flute. Those are the three I know.
Cool.
Might be pretty good with some others, but those are the three I keep around.
Pretty cool. We're gonna need some background music. I think we're gonna do some pretty badass things.
It's the one thing I'm good at, so
He's really good.
I'm sure you're great at many things.
thanks.
Ruben. Yeah. So
He's pretty good. I'm good with this, and I pull out a great sword.
He's really
It's
good
like-
with that. Yeah.
oh shit. Hey, you're matching. Great sword buddies.
Immediately, Tesla actually.
I want to check it out. It was my great grandpappy's.
Just take it. And cast identify.
Okay. I mean, is it magical?
It's just a great sword. It's seen its fair share of battles, but he tries to keep it as
How busted does it look?
not greatly busted. Like, I mean, it's
Cared for.
It's cared for, yeah. Like
Okay.
it's cared for, but it's definitely an item for use, not an item for decoration.
We just kind of look over it and be like, whoa.
I'd say you can probably tell the leather binding on the handle's been redone multiple times.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's well made, and like you said, simple, but I would say functional. Probably a heavy guard on it.
Well, not bad. Take care of your weapon.
Of course.
Well, here.
Right. Put it back away. Thank
Good job.
Thanks.
2 thumbs up.
I know she knows that.
Right, so this emperor thing. Are you from the Empire? Sorry if that's a personal question. Don't have to answer it. Sorry.
Am I from the Empire? I don't.
Is
I-
this the Empire?
You are in the Empire.
I am.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What the hell is the world like? Is there a world beyond the Empire? Is that
There
stupid?
there
Okay.
absolutely is. I would say if we think in historical terms, the Empire is a Roman Empire analog, absolutely. But it covers much more of what would be the European continent. There is a southern continent that goes into the southern hemisphere. You guys, some of you have done minor adventures into like the northern portions of that. The wheel itself was actually in the southern continent, and then there's the hidden kingdom of the east. So that is just in simple like geography terms.
So it's safe to say that yes, we are from. the
You are- yeah.
Empire.
Most likely you are from the Empire.
Okay.
Absolutely. There is life outside of the Empire, but Albrecht and his crusade was localized to this place. And when he hit some mountains and he hit some water and he was like, I'm done. This is as far as I'm going.
Cool.
So
This far?
I-
No far?
I'm from the Empire.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really seen outside of these parts, but this is the Empire, so
Yeah. So you've never been to the capital, been near the palace, seen all that?
no.
Yeah, so I'm from around there, but I even haven't had any interaction with any royal types, so I'm not very familiar with the whole Empire Imperial thing, but
Same. I haven't really had interaction with many people in the past 20 years, period. So
Oh,
it's
really?
an acclimation process.
what you been doing?
Figuring out myself, figuring out life, hanging out with, figuring out stuff.
Namaste, brother, namaste.
You're gonna stay where? Oh,
Right here, brother.
Oh,
Right
okay.
here, brother. Okay, so right, Tesla, were you there when you figured out all this stuff about the Emperor?
All right, not smart people. Sit down, shut up, and listen.
I stay standing.
I sit down, shut up, and listen.
I stand behind him.
She starts sipping.
So, the Emperor, why are you not sitting?
You said not smart people sit. I'm smart. I don't sit. See, that was
He's got you there.
Well done. Anyway, so the the Emperor has been replaced with a shape changer, which it is now our duty as members of this guild and our duty to attempt to find the Emperor. However, turns out he's hard to find because, of course, he is. And the issue is locating him at this point in time, where he could be in either Pandemonium or the maze controlled by what's her name?
Lady of Blades.
Lady of Pain or Lady of Blades?
Lady of Pain,
By
Mistress
the,
of Blades.
by the Lady
hell.
of Pain, who, if you could tell by the name, is not somebody that you want to get on the bad side. So, what we are trying to do is we are trying to figure out exactly where he is so we can limit our exposure to either the plane of Pandemonium or the Lady of Pain's gentle embrace. So, we have found an avenue of communication, if you will, with who was it that was on the
So-
Pandemonium?
Panex is the god of liars.
Yeah.
So no,
It-
they
Sorry.
that's who they visited last week.
Yeah.
He gave them the name
Yeah.
after they had proven themselves. So I know I just told you he's a god of liars. Don't believe him. Actually, this one is genuine.
Yeah.
Believe this one.
Believe this. Believe this.
Believe it.
It was Agathian, is the progenitor of the Howling Dragons.
Okay.
And the other name you were given was
Sorry, are
I
we literal howling dragons? Like this is a literal Agathian is a dragon?
yeah, they are a type of extraplanar dragon. Actually, roll me a Arcana or Nature.
Okay, nature's plus
Either of
2,
those.
Arcana, also plus 2. Right, let's roll.
Let's roll.
Not bad, 16.
Yes, so there are dragons that are, rather than being chromatic or being metallic, those are very much the dragons of the prime material plane. There are extraplanar dragons that hold similar shape and similar abilities, but that they are influenced by the plane that they are on. Pandemonium is known for its howling winds of madness. These dragons, these howling dragons, are of which Agathian is the progenitor. They are one of the few species that lives on Pandemonium. Pretty much, it has no flora. It's almost its entire ecosystem is things that have been banished there or gotten trapped there as a form of punishment. And you guys know from your research, the plane prevents people from dying, but the winds cause madness and exhaustion to the point where most things just sort of give up and curl up and become part of and go crazy and become part of the madness. It is also the headwaters of the river Styx. So so you got a Gathian. I know I gave you guys another name, but I honestly cannot remember it. So I will give you a let's give you another one. Terrell.
Teryle.
Sure, why not?
That's literally how I spelled it too.
Yay!
Love fantasy spelling conventions.
Yeah. So that is the given name of another howling dragon. So they are relatively rare, and they are probably as crazy as everything else on the plane, but they are most likely the ones most likely to survive without going completely bonkers.
So, our best option would be to contact one of these howling dragons because they are the most likely to be in some way, shape, or form approaching sanity. Maybe not necessarily completely sane, and may be able to give us an actual answer. So,
Yeah.
we have a spell that will allow us to contact an extraplanar entity.
Who can cast it?
Well,
Right, that's the question I was going to ask our musical friend here. Don't think quite do that kind of magic unless you do.
I don't think so. I can teleport us somewhere, but
That's pretty cool.
What's the highest level spell you can cast?
7th.
So
you can cast it. Actually, I think it's a 5th.
Shit.
if you had a
That's one of the-
scroll,
Yeah.
you could cast it.
But
So-
Because I
otherwise,
believe it is also a ritual spell. So as long as you had something,
but otherwise, we would have to ask Portia for her assistance.
Who's Portia? Do we know? Have I met her?
She is what you meatbag people like to call an attractive woman.
Uh-huh.
She is the tiefling with the red skin and the horns and the magic and the
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you know a place where we could find spell scrolls?
Well, now that I think
Sorry,
about it,
friend.
I can contact beings on other planes of existence. Probably.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, most of the time I can with sending. There's always a little chance that it doesn't work, but
Sure. I mean, with anything, nothing's for sure. Nothing's for certain.
Mhm.
Probably don't
Let's
want to do
try.
it in the middle of the bar.
And also, I believe sending is only if you've met the individual.
You've got to be
before.
familiar.
yeah.
Maybe good enough to script. How detailed of a description did you get? Just like this dude's a howling dragon. Call him.
We got the name.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So sending probably not going to work, bruv. But what about contact other planes? Is that the name of the thingy?
Contact other planes is the name of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So
If you found
unless we could find a scroll, we will have to rely on someone else.
do we know any place, any libraries, any type of things that we could find such a scroll in? There was that Two Brothers library, but I think that's
I'm not
pretty
going back
moot.
there.
A fair point. Yeah. Would Credo know any libraries?
So there are some libraries on.
Do libraries have spell scrolls? Is that a thing?
So because you guys are on Arartico, you have access to the Assassin's Network, which is what those blood-etched coins are for. You can essentially special order whatever you need, or you can see if they have one in stock. So you guys can walk around and take a look.
Sure.
There should be a list of what coins you guys have available. I think you had 10 last I heard.
I got one last time I was around for some demon killing stuff.
I think we had.
Fuck that right up.
I think they said they got 10.
Right, so I honestly think it'd be kind of worth it to get that scroll, because then any of us who are magical could cast it at any time, And who knows, it might be useful in the future after we do this little dragon thing. It seems like something that's worth investing in.
As much as I am loath to agree with you in any way, shape, or form, it may be our best option.
Cool. Yeah, so
I think
Oh
the
wait, it's like halfway through the book.
yeah,
Like,
it's
not
in
like the
another
beginning.
section
I was
for
like, wait a minute. I remember this
I was
last time.
because I'm sure you remember Megan yelling, "Why is it in another page?"
like the middle of the book.
Yeah.
Party gold. Okay.
lots of
Yeah.
gold and stuff. Yes, fine. So, assuming we have, like 10, which is well worth spending one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Tesla, Ruben, Riker, let's get you two acquainted with some Sathrian bros. So
Okay.
go towards the back of the tavern and
Yeah,
start this shit.
as you guys are getting ready to head out, Averin will clue you in. I couldn't help but overhear. I know you guys are a little new to the city and to the order in general, but
Yeah.
there was a scrying room. An
Ooh.
artist that used to participate in part of the Brotherhood's business. Her shop was destroyed during the calamity. However, you may be able to find another one in a different city. And so let's see if we can look for that for you.
Excellent.
Most of it is limited to this plane, but if we can find a strong enough facility, then you might be able to look elsewhere. You guys head out into the town. Arartico is known as the City of Temples. It predates the Empire by generations, and the Republic by generations, I should say. And it holds many temples to not just the gods of Albrecht and his pantheon, but to those that predated them, preserved as historical pieces more than actual worship. Much of the town about a year ago suffered essentially color spray was just sort of cast over the entire town. It was a literal act of a deity, which your group was at the center of. Yay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh,
But
fun.
so much of the town has been rebuilt. Some of the older temples that were destroyed in the process are just sort of under rubble. There are portions of the city that are still recovering, even now, even a year later. It is difficult to get building materials here. Everything pretty much has to be shipped in. You are on an island, a fairly rocky one, with limited natural resources. So, heading out into the town, you guys have familiarized yourself with this process. There are certain vendors that, when presented with a golden etched Sathrian coin, they are coins that are a mix of gold and red, so very much blood gold, sort of a rose gold, but with a deeper tint to it. Generally, they take you back into what is a specialty room, usually where there are wares that they offer. The coins create their own economic system. Most of them are worth about 10,000 normal coins in goods and services. There is a sort of psychic implication. You almost empathically know how much things cost from it. So there is very little in the way of conversing over price. There is no haggling. It is a network that the Sathrians have set up underneath all of these things to facilitate their members of their order traveling to new cities without weapons, without magic, without any of those things. Basically being able to get whatever they need wherever they are to perform the task. So you guys are looking for a scribe. You are looking for scrolls. Am I correct?
Specifically, we're looking for a scroll that will allow a magic user to learn and use the spell Contact Other Planes.
You
So,
got it.
Wherever we'd find scrolls, spells, magic.
Mm-hmm.
secrets.
Absolutely. So let's start, with a scribe. And go. So they have a wide number of scrolls in stock, but it does not look like any of these are the exact one that you are looking for. They can essentially order it for you, but it may take to what level is it's 5th level, so that means it's a rare magic item. So it may take up to, I think, 3 weeks for them to find it, get it here.
And is this a time sensitive?
Not the way the last adventure was. Is sooner better than later? Yes, absolutely.
But it's not like we have 7 days or
right.
7
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
Until XYZ goes to hell.
Right.
Or like turns into a spore zombie.
Like,
or...
whatever.
Sure. I will say the longer he's away, the worse things are. But is it something like, should you just be like, well, we wait 3 weeks. All right, we'll pick up now. What happened? And like, probably not. But if you ended up doing other things in the meantime, would it be the worst thing?
Okay.
So that is an option.
So the first thing Credo would say is just like, right, that's really cool. You can do the special order and everything. But would you know of anyone in this city who might have one already or be able to write one down for us like more quickly than that? Not to say we'll take our business elsewhere. I'm sure I'll look at your wares and find many fine things to get instead. But would you know where to find that?
I'm very sorry. No, this is, as far as I understand, the only Sathrian scribe in town. Although I do know that the leadership of the Brotherhood has some powerful allies. One of them may know the spell. As far as I myself, this is what we offer.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Apologies.
So if we found a mage who could do it,
yes,
that mage could write down a scroll.
Crafting a scroll can take up to 3 weeks as well. It is a process in creating and binding magic to paper and parchment. So there is. I'm literally looking up how long it takes.
Oh, cool.
So there is a
Process.
timeline and a process to it. It unfortunately is not as immediate, but if you found someone that could cast it, they may be able to cast it on your behalf.
Fair point. All right, let me discuss a bit. So, friends,
Scribing a scroll of 5th level takes a month. Takes 4 work weeks.
you're very close.
So 3 weeks versus a week, 4 weeks.
Right.
Right, so we could do this. It'd be solid investment. Or we could just go right now and find a magic user who could do it for us right now.
Somewhere in the city.
Yeah, Tesla. Didn't you say you knew a fancy teethy magic-y lady?
Yes, she is.
Think she could do it?
Well, we could certainly ask. I don't know if she knows the spell, however.
If we don't want to spend too much time, like I can try something out to see if it can make time a little bit more expedient. Like
What you got?
Just to see if there's a course of action that we should follow or if we should ignore it.
Yeah.
If we have a second, it doesn't
Sure.
take too long. Where are we?
Currently, you are in the shop of the Sathrian Scribe Master. It is below a glass blowing studio, so it is very warm. But down here, it is well insulated, very quiet, cinder block sort of built, simple halls, and you have entered a room that all along the walls are the scrolls, and they are hooked into kind of like I will say notches or like towel holders that hold. Yes, nachos. Lots of nachos. Essentially, so that you can kind of unroll the scroll and look at it, and then roll it back up without removing it.
Okay. But so if I cast something in here, it's very obvious. Like it's not.
Yeah,
Like,
but there's only the shopkeeper and, and you guys. Yeah, it is a secret shop. That's
Okay.
why there is a glass blowing studio. Like that's what it does for the city. Assassinate people or secret people get to come downstairs. So it's just you guys and the shopkeeper.
I'm gonna pull out a bag of bones,
Mhm.
like from my pocket,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna take. Usually, it's a bunch of human finger bones, and I'm just gonna like put them in my hands and just think, what are the likelihoods that we can find someone in this city that can cast a spell? And I drop them, and I cast augury.
Mhm.
So pretty much wheel for good results, woe for bad results. Wheel or woe for both, or nothing if the results aren't specific, good or bad.
For your odds for finding someone that can cast the spell, wheel.
Wheel. Okay. Okay. There's someone in the city that should be able to cast the spell we need. So
Could you? Is it very difficult to cast? Can you only do it a limited number of times?
cast a spell 2 or more times before completing a long rest. The circumstances is 25% chance of each casting. After the first, you get a random reading. So there's a 25% chance that I get a random reading
Oh, just now?
if I cast it again.
I have to do it again.
But I mean,
But you
there's a
could do it.
75% chance.
Yeah, so
I can try, but there
we
could
can-
be a weird.
so if there is someone around, we could check if it's specifically this lady. What's her name? Again, Tesla, sorry. Tiefling.
My name is Portia.
We could just ask her at that point.
Yeah. If she's in the city, I don't see why it wouldn't hurt. And you can even visit a friend.
Friend is a strong word.
Acquaintance? A contact?
Associate.
An associate?
Co-worker.
Yeah, you know, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all right. Anything else you'd be looking for here? You're the only magic type that not that I didn't just see you do magic.
No. It's mine isn't different. I'm not really as magical as the bones themselves. So
Magic bones. Cool.
Pretty cool. I don't think there's anything. I don't know exactly.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna have to hold off on that special order, but we will be right back in like an hour if other things don't work out and give you all our business.
Sounds good. I will be here if you need me.
Excellent.
Best of luck.
Now what's the shop called? Like, I don't know, glass blowing shop. You can...
Oh yeah.
Sorry, no.
No. It is Fires and Sand.
Fires and sand, easy.
Yep.
Yeah, so Tesla, where's this as we
Yeah.
Where's this- where's this
Actually, Portia lives behind the Warhound.
Oh.
So you guys head back over there. You do find her. She is in the back in her studio. She actually looks like she is scribing a scroll when you guys make your way into her. Those of you that have not seen Portia before, she is
dime.
She is a dime piece. It has been established.
roll for hotness?
That was called comeliness in second edition. It was a literal stat.
Love it.
I love that was an actual stat.
It was. It affected your social interactions. You got a reaction bonus the prettier you were.
Now it's just blended in with charisma.
Separate thing. Yeah, Portia is a tiefling, sort of candy apple red, so very vibrant. She is she's well dressed, blue robes that counterbalance the redness of her skin. Very rich. She's dressed very metropolitan. You can tell that she is a woman of style, of intelligence, of class. Very dark red hair, red horns. Her hair today is braided, very much in a wide plait with some smaller little braids like tucked behind her ears and things. Her sleeves are up over her elbows as she is gently scribing, and you see her concentrating, and the glow of magic sort of seeps from her hands, drying the ink as she scratches along the paper. when you guys come in. Oh, hello there. What can I do for you?
Hello, madam. Good to meet you. I'm Credo. I'm
Pleasure.
a new recruit of the, the old squad. And there's some new ones too. Even newer.
Even newer.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Likewise.
Ruben.
Ruben, pleasure.
Riker.
Riker,
Of course, I believe you've met Tesla.
I am familiar. Tesla, how are you today?
Well, it's just good. So we have a problem.
We have many problems, but
Yes.
if we could
Yeah.
narrow it down, I'll see what I
Ain't
can
that
do.
the way?
So we have discovered a way to. We have discovered a contact in Pandemonium that may be able to tell us whether or not Don Dorian is there or not.
Oh,
However, none of us have the ability to contact them, and we
Mhm.
were wondering if you happen to know the spell contact another plane.
contact of the plane. I believe yes, I can cast it in a limited capacity, probably once or twice. Not part of my normal repertoire, but one that I am familiar with.
Yeah, so it'll be just kind of a weird conversation no matter what, 'cause it's pandemonium, crazy's up there.
Absolutely.
But, so we got a name. That's the good part. That's a big plus.
I do always
Little bit of a
appreciate the good part.
minus.
All right.
Little bit of a minus. It's a dragon. Little bit of a further minus, possibly. It's a howling dragon of pandemonium. Don't know. I
Oh.
wasn't familiar until very recently. So, somewhat chance it's going to be a big crazy dragon. Somewhat chance it's going to be a less crazy dragon.
Mm.
And either way, it's the only lead we've got right now to find out where the hell the Emperor is. So we don't have to go all the way to Pandemonium to physically see this probably crazy dragon. This is the only help we've got at the moment. So anything you can do, if you can point us in the right direction.
All right. Well, we can give it a try, and depending on how it goes, we can always search for other answers.
Sure.
Okay. Give me an hour or so to prepare, and I will see you back here.
Of course. Thank you, ma'am. She's sort of strange. Like she's not very used to like bowing to people, but she feels like she should.
Oh.
She's like
Seeing this, I'm like awkwardly, like I'm not trying to make eye contact. So
Sure.
she's so beautiful, and I'm just like
low charisma characters. Low charisma
Ruben
characters.
also bows very deeply and gracefully.
Oh.
And it's
Tesla
very
just rolls
perfect.
their eyes and turns on their heel and walks out.
Just seeing that.
She smiles. Absolutely. She adores it. Although it is a little confusing, but she absolutely adores it.
Walking out and be like, you seem pretty used to hanging around fancy people. You teach me that fancy little bow motion you did.
I mean, I can try. I don't know if it'll help.
Hey, listen!
I
can do things, and
We'll see.
I run up a wall and do a backflip off. See if I can do that. I can do what you just did.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I want to spend the hour having you teach me a fancy bow.
I'll do my best.
You want to learn too? We can be fancy together.
Make a go for it. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'll try to learn this fancy bow.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
What is he trying to persuade me of?
It's just him basically giving you
22.
instruction. Both of you make performance checks on your
During all of
bows.
this,
Hey,
Tesla's sitting back in the corner, and they're just like observing all of this with just the most condescending expression on their not face. Wolf.
9.
15.
Okay.
I'm starting strong.
Yeah. You
There we go.
you get it okay. But not amazing, but yours looks real good.
Yeah.
It's real solid. Very courtly bow.
Looks very silly to see Credo doing that. She can do it now.
Yes, she can. So the hour passes, much to Tesla's chagrin.
This man
Not
is
quickly enough.
Not quickly enough. Again, they just continue ordering things from the bar.
On the way over, sorry, I just want to ask. Hey, Tesla, can you get drunk?
No.
So
Are
why'd
you
drink?
immune to poison?
No, I have advantage. I have resistance to poison, so,
So technically you
I
can.
can. It's just hard.
It is hard. That was you don't have to change your answer to Credo.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
challenge accepted.
I think they're just like, when you're around, I certainly try.
Hey, listen, bruv. Understood. Sip sips from the camelback.
So is that water?
In this?
Yeah.
No, of course not. Do you want me to roll deception?
It's up to you. Yeah.
Are you really trying to tell if I'm telling the truth, or are you just like,
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So what is it? Insight?
Yeah. You can roll insight. Otherwise, it's against your passive.
I mean, sure, why not? I'll do insight just for the whole because I think it's funnier because I rolled horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
12.
Let's see. Oh, I rolled like crap too. Let's see. Deception up in D. -1 to deception. I rolled a 2.
So I have a passive insight of 10.
No, it's absolutely totally like the strongest ale there is in here.
I'll tell you what. She rolled a modified 1. Why don't you go ahead and roll just in case?
You know what? That's a good point. I think it'll be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be very fun.
Oh, I rolled a 16.
Not a natural 1. I
Yeah.
think you're okay.
And they're just like looking at
Sure. Strongest ale
Yeah.
ever was.
All day, every day, baby.
Where'd you find it?
Like I had like a crazy wizard enchant it, so it never runs out.
One day I gotta try it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
you will make 0 sense, and I don't like it.
Listen. Noted.
The hour passes. What I'm going to do for this is rather than have an NPC Portia take on the risk of casting this spell, she's going to essentially channel it for you guys. So you will take the risk associated with it. And so she's going to just try to channel this dragon, Terrell, for you guys. So there's a magic circle all set up, lots of arcane dust and fine incense and powders. The candles are set up. You see that she is sitting in the center of it, floating Doctor Strange magically style. You all assume your position, and she does begin to chant as you are at the points of this. It's not a star, but this multiple sort of triangle layout. You watch as her eyes turn white and her head rolls up, and the entity, you can see sort of the spiritual outline of a dragon over reach her. And I would like all of you to make a intelligence saving throw, please.
9.
21.
16.
Wait, saving throw. No.
God, like we're already there. 6. I told you, like this is me. Welcome.
So my new friends, you are insane.
Yeah.
You're going to take some psychic damage. While researching the spell, you knew that this was a possibility. It is also not something that I think once you rest, you're fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But it wastes the rest of your day, unfortunately.
That's like different job.
I'm so mad that insane is not a condition.
Yeah.
In D&D Beyond.
So you guys end up taking 20 points of psychic damage. Until you finish a long rest, you are insane. While insane, you can't take actions, can't understand what other creatures say, can't read, and speak only in gibberish.
Well, it's just as if they're talking regular anyway.
Listen,
I'm just gonna put incapacitated.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's about how Riker is. Oh, I mean, he hasn't been around people for a while. Anyway, dragon.
Yes, you guys get to ask up to 5 questions. I'm going to make it 6. I'll give each of you 3. That'll be nice and simple. You will only receive 1-word answers. So phrase your questions appropriately. I can offer a short phrase if the answer would be misleading. So,
Right.
So-
Tesla, I know when I'm at my league. Go ahead first.
Agathian.
Terrell.
Tyrell.
So we're talking
Terrell, baby, Terrell.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I did not think you guys wanted. When last you told me you did not want to contact the progenitor of the Howling
You know,
Dragon.
that's a one.
If you guys would like to.
No,
No,
You
we'll
can't.
go
Okay.
ahead with Terrell.
Okay.
Terrell.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Is Emperor Dondorian within the plane of Pandemonium?
A portion of it.
So first of all, hello, great and powerful dragon Terrell. It's such an honor to be speaking to you all the way from this other plane. Could you tell us possibly if the piece of Dondorian that's there is his body in Pandemonium?
Yes.
Go ahead, Tesla. Oh, I'm Credo, by the way.
Where can we find Dondorian's body in Pandemonium?
Trying to give you a good answer, and I'm trying to limit it to 1 word.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find
So,
like
yeah, I got you.
You need me to like rephrase and try and
Like,
figure something
is it
out.
near? We don't know anything.
We don't know
about
the layout
the
of
structure,
Pandemonium,
yeah,
so- No.
you know, in Pandemonium.
That is that. I love that for some reason.
Exactly.
Stop pretending. Oh, well,
Listen, it's fun. Is it not fun?
no.
Oh, sorry. Goodness.
People speaking gibberish. It's like-
I mean, this is how we stupid people seem to you every day, right?
Yes, and it's even worse now. It's even more infuriating than
I mean-
usual.
For the record, they're not doing it on purpose, which makes them better than me.
True.
Right? There it
Beneath
goes. That thought.
Beneath the shattered castle.
Ooh. Okay. Terrell says body. We're at 3 or 4.
It was 3.
Okay.
Tesla's done 2. Credo has done 1.
Brilliant. Okay. So okay. What is the safest way to get to and from Pandemonium and the material plane?
Unclear.
Is that count as a question still? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, shit. Okay.
Don't be sorry.
Sorry,
Oh, wow.
Tesla. Sorry. Go ahead. I wasted one, but I didn't mean to, I promise.
What is the biggest threat we will face to find the body?
Exhaustion.
How could we best defend and protect ourselves in pandemonium? Oh, okay. Well, if we're already there. Unclear. Or you can't.
Yeah, unclear.
Damn it.
He doesn't know.
Okay, biggest threat, exhaustion. That's a good one though.
I believe that is all of your
damn it.
questions.
Yeah.
You see Portia's mind, the spirit sort of releases from her, and she slumps forward, her hair slightly tousled. She stretches out her legs, and they touch on the ground, and with sort of a cantripy kind of gust of wind, the arcane dust is blown back and about and sort of cleaned up.
Tesla will walk over and try and help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Credo would there's probably like a pitcher of water, get her a cup of water, say, "Oh, my lady, here."
Much appreciated. Thank you. She kind of looks around. She'll call for Animus when she sees that you guys are affected. He is going to recommend the night's rest for you.
Who's Animus?
Animus, for those of you that have not met him, is the cleric of House Victors. He is of ebony skin. He is has very short black hair. His robes and armor are sort of white and silver with some blue, faint blue trims. He is often described as Idris Elba.
Got it.
Slowly turning into Danny Glover, just with
Yeah.
sheer frustration and
or
and exhaustion.
agedness.
In classic, I'm too old for this
So
stuff.
yeah. So that is Animus. He'll greater restoration you guys, but I'm going to recommend that you guys so you can talk. So you're not useless for the rest of the day, but any adventuring we'll do on the 25th now of
before they go off to rest. Tesla would speak with Portia and
Animus.
Yeah, and they would tell them, well, it seems as if our journey into the Lady of Pain's territory may be unnecessary.
Oh.
We have discovered from speaking to Daryl that at least the body of Emperor Dondorian is located on the plane of Pandemonium.
Specifically, beneath the shattered castle. Don't suppose either of you know anything about that?
Oh, one of you does. Yeah, Portia does.
Hell yeah.
Let's learn about the shattered castle, Cody.
Can I also do a?
Yeah.
Is it Arcana?
I will take either Arcana or I guess history. I'll take Arcana or history.
Oh no, that's a 12. This is off limits now.
Natural 20 plus 2.
What?
So listen, Credo's been some weird places.
Or read about or heard about weird places.
Doesn't read much, bro. As a monk. She's just not that kind of monk.
All right. So you've been here.
The shattered castle. Yes, and so you actually do know this.
Right.
I'm going to give it more of a. So I'm going to put the religion spin on it. Because of the story of this world. Ulbricht's crusade is before the Republic. Essentially, many of the races and regions had their own deities. Would often send the mortals to war with each other. Many holy wars happened in and around throughout this entire continent. Ulbricht got tired and said, I'm getting rid of all of them. We're going to have one pantheon. That's it. So that was his big thing. The Shattered Castle is a it was near the end of his crusade a holdout of a broken pantheon, dominated by a deity known as the Black Sun, which was sort of an ancient deity that was worshipped by Yuan-Ti, snake people, and had his own culture with a particular region of the land and some of the other lesser deities. He was kind of crazy. There was a lot of like humanoid sacrifices and heart eating, and he's very much that
Kinda
sort
Aztec
of
god.
very kind of Aztec, at the lowest point of their religious development, because they were actually a very interesting society.
Yeah,
And I do not mean to
Disrespect in any way.
do not mean to flatten things out, but in the negative connotations of that.
Right, in the like stereotypical when you
Right.
think of a swords and sorcery fantasy,
Sure. Yes.
Aztec Inca,
Yeah.
crazy mashup.
Yeah, very much so. So the Shattered Citadel, it was also where some of the other what they call them the wild gods, deities of large animal spirits or lesser developed races, who instinctually fled from the crusade. One of the last battles towards the end of the crusade was at the Black Sun Castle, and when it was shattered, it fell from the prime material plane.
So we do know. Do we know on what level of pandemonium it's on?
It is on.
Oh, there are levels?
Yeah, there. It's sort of like an onion.
There's like 4 levels.
Yes. So it is on Cocytus. It is the layer of lamentation where the winds are the strongest.
The last one?
No, second. There are 2 deeper ones. The deepest being literally named after the howling dragon Agathian, sealed off from the rest of the plane. So Pendesmos is where the headwaters of the river Styx are, and then Cocytus, and then you guys don't need to go into Phlegathon.
Yeah, I'd much rather not go into a place called Phlegathon.
Phlegathon, and the last one's Agathion.
Pandesmos was the first one?
Nice Greek names for all this shit.
Yeah,
I like
very
it.
very
Loving it.
Greek. So that it was part of that ancient history that when it was banished from the prime material,
It fell down to Castus.
yes, Cocytus,
Castus.
Cocytus.
Wow, I
say-
totally
yeah, I don't-
suck.
I-
Oh,
It's a weird. spelling.
you guys tell me how to say that. I don't.
Castus. No, I
Yeah.
agree. It's just, I needed to switch into Greek spelling mode.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So, I think I remember someone, Bar, telling me about this crazy battle at the castle. Maybe there's a song about it or something.
There are some older stories. It pops up occasionally in religious texts. But by that point, much of the crusade was all but academic. Many of the strongest deities and the strongest races, such as the elves, the dwarves, even
Sure.
orcish deities, halflings, gnomes, those of the civil races had already fallen under Ulbricht's leadership,
Sure.
and it was merely a unification effort at that point. Black Sun himself was rolled into portions of Panex, Malgus, and
Malganos.
yes,
Yeah.
and a few of the other wilder deities. Some of the lizard folk that worshipped him were given plots of land, and created their own tribes from in the eastern lowlands. If I remember my ancient history correctly.
Right.
but
You mean lizard folk or snake folk? Very similar.
lizard folk specifically. The Yuan-Ti, from what I remember, fled to the southern continent, and they lizard folk were another worshiper of his, and so but they were much more. They're like, you're gonna let us kind of like hunt and eat shit, and they're like, yeah, like okay, lizard folk we continue to be. The Yuan-Ti were already a race very much in decline and unable to adapt or change. Yeah, so they fled to the
Southern continent.
yeah, because their original ancient empire it traveled up from the southern continent, so they
They went home.
basically. Yeah, I mean
Sure.
generations later, but in a way.
Sure. So, right. So now that we know where he is, that's pretty convenient. Next step, we've got to figure out how we get there.
But
We know
the-
we're part of it.
Right. I mean, like, I figure we go one step at a time. We could continue doing research about where
A
the
body
other
without
bits.
a body without a spirit may not be as valuable.
Fair point. But if we had to go in an order, I would say body first, then spirit that can go in the body we already have is not a bad order to go in.
Something to put the spirit into.
Right, because if we just got the spirit and it was just, where'd you put it? A box? A bag?
I mean, like from experiences with spirits, they can speak with you without a body.
Fair point.
Willing spirits can be resurrected.
Okay. So, yeah, Portia, you're, a great and beautiful, magical woman of the world in the
awkward,
multiple
bow.
planes. Yeah, absolutely, using my fancy bow.
Uh-huh.
Another Tesla eye roll as best as they can.
Right, so would you know, if his body and his spirit and mind were in different places, would it be a good idea to get his body first? And then we'd have a place to put the spirit when we found it? Or the other way around?
If there's something we can just resurrect, we could maybe resurrect it.
The body or the spirit?
Maybe if we
Not
had the body,
sure,
we could
though.
draw the spirit back to it with some kind of spell. I don't know. I'm not very magic-y.
Well, I don't know if we want
Probably
to
Well,
send a
here
spirit.
is the issue. Yes, we need to get this body regardless,
Right.
but hopefully,
I think this is honestly a matter for my associate, Animus.
Yes, of course. Oh, great and mighty healer Animus.
oh god,
Animus has the I'm doing
Too
this
old
for a
for
good
this.
reason. Yeah. I'm too old for this.
Right, so what do you know about this kind of stuff?
Resurrections are something within my wheelhouse.
Ah.
As Portia pointed out, a free spirit can be resurrected.
What's that mean exactly? Like its body remade for it?
Essentially.
Oh.
Depending on the resurrection spell, you either require the body or you don't. A strong enough one could, as long as the spirit was free and willing, return to a newly made body.
but what if?
But what if? Of course. But what if? Having the body and the spirit together would be ideal. It would save us the magical process.
Right.
Also, I'm pretty sure the only spell that would require that could perform that is a true resurrection. And that is
High level shite?
it's very difficult.
Yeah.
We do not know if the emperor's spirit is still controlled by something else.
I mean,
His spirit
could be in the other place.
is well make arcana checks for me. Everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, natural 20 for a 30.
18.
That's a fat 10.
Wow.
Best roll so
Hey.
far.
Best roll so far. That's a +4.
It only goes up from there.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah. So, would require true resurrection. That's what I was looking up. Right before I asked you to roll Arcana, what were we talking about?
Whether or not Dondorian's spirit is
In the
free
other
or not.
place.
Right. There is. You rolled a natural 20?
Natural 20 for 30.
Well done. Tesla, you know, given your.
Immense intelligence.
There it is. Absolutely. Also,
Lord.
your research into creating life is there is something very special about the imperial lineage. They are born with a how to put it. They are
Really big
humans.
dick, sorry.
Yeah. Says the lesbian.
Listen.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Got a pet iguana.
They are born, they are humans, but they are born, each of them, with a living gem somewhere on them. That is why he is Dondorian of the Black Gem. The gem is a mark of your true imperial heritage, but it is also what preserves the soul of the emperor.
So someone else has the black gem.
They have separated the gem from the body. And that is why they have to impersonate the emperor, because the gems that they are born with, it usually speaks something of their personality, of their purpose, of their destiny, but it serves a twofold purpose. One is that if you can have the gem, it's easier to resurrect them if they die in an untimely way. But it protects them from having their mind influenced by extraplanar by forces.
So would it be better to actually get the gem instead of the body?
The gem is the key part.
Okay.
You if you get the body and you don't get the gem, you're SOL. If you get the gem and you don't get the body, you
can kind of finagle
you can figure something out. And I'll throw this one in as a freebie because you rolled so well on Arcana check. They split it specifically because of the gate spell.
They split the gem or the body?
They split the body from the gem because of the gate spell. Gate is a 9th level spell that can open to an extraplanar place. And if you know the true name of an entity, you can force it to come through the gate.
Okay.
So you can essentially summon almost anything. You could have summoned, but he is in 2 places. So you can't. So one gate cannot summon from 2 places.
You need 2 gates in order to do so.
And even that, it's
and anyone being able to cast 2 gate spells,
right?
There's no way of that happening.
Yeah.
And also, like, it might be like computer error 00.
Yeah, it's does not work.
Yep.
Right.
Sorry.
System failed.
Blue
code 40. Yeah. Like the because it would
spinny pinwheel of death.
Yeah, exactly. Because it'd be like, wait, spell says one thing, but he's in 2 places. Can't do it.
Yeah.
So
that, and you assume that you guys also know this, but I'll say it explicitly. You assume that his body was put on Pandemonium because bodies do not die there. They are exhausted and driven mad. His body, but his spirit is not there. So his mental state is fine. and they have access to his mental state wherever else it
Like the
is.
cabal has it.
Yeah,
Okay.
or at least they have access to it.
Well,
Um,
so it's most likely that it's not necessarily like we have to present Don. It's most likely assumed that the cabal has control of the gem.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they are in the maze, capital T, capital M
Mhm.
maze, then they have possession of the gem.
So here it is what I have learned. With the body being in pandemonium,
Yeah.
it's great. Wonderful. We can now locate it. And in doing so, we have essentially crossed off one of the areas.
Right.
So with that, we know that there is a bit of an odd situation
Hmm.
with Emperor Dondorian and his lineage.
Yeah.
He is called the Black Gem for the reason that Black Gem is essentially not quite a phylactery, but very similar in that it can hold his spirit. And I believe that spirit. You remember how they told us that he is either in the maze or pandemonium?
Right.
Well, it looks like he's in both. So, his spirit is most likely in the maze.
Cool. So you're saying so we checked off body and checked off pandemonium. So that leaves the maze and the gem.
The gem is
Gem
in
in the maze.
The gem is in the maze. So it appears that we may have to go with Hal's plan to
Contact the
approach
lady.
the Lady of Pain, as unfortunate as that may be.
Did we ever find that fancy sword that he said she'd like?
We did not. We figured we would at least attempt to locate whether or not Emperor Dondorian was there first before we ever reached out to her. Well, looks like we have to do both. So,
But so as you say, seems like gem is the way to go now that we just like know where his body is and we know his body can't die.
yes.
So it's like effectively like sucks to be there, but he's
But it'll
safe.
be fine until we have an opportunity to get to it.
Right. So next mission, maybe the oh, sorry, clarification. So this Lady of Pain, Mistress of Blades?
Mistress of Blade, she likes sharp, pointy things.
Yeah, the victors, they found a sharp pointy thing, an extra special one. They figured if we find it and get it, then that will make any sort of supplication we make to her that much more powerful. She might listen to us more if we have a fancy thing she likes. So yeah, what was this? Let me see if I
The
can.
point.
Oh yeah, it was literally called The Point. We have to get to the point.
It was.
They got to the point.
Here's what I'd like to do, guys.
I thought you were supposed to be smart.
Let's take a quick 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got some new friends, some new players. So we're gonna come back in 10 minutes, 9:45, and we're gonna pick up with the rest of the night from there.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and until then, stay tuned.
No.
And welcome back. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Noah playing Credo, the half-orc monk of the Drunken Master, whatever.
Trevor playing Ruben, the human bard, College of Whispers.
Carlos playing Riker, the human ancestral guardian. I had to look down. I was like, what am I playing?
Cole playing Tesla, the curmudgeonly Warforged artificer.
you guys have officially tripled our human population. Good
What?
job.
Jordan's
Well
the
done.
only one?
I think Madeline for the longest time. Oh, that's right. Eduardo is one.
Yeah.
So you guys have effectively doubled it.
Yeah.
You've doubled our human population.
Human
I
chub-
always think of
Yeah.
Eduardo, even now, many months later, as
Arakakra.
Ringon. Yeah, as Avekoi, as the Arakakra.
Hobbit boy.
Yep, got it.
Avekoi. Got it. Thank you. That's why we don't play with our jewelry, kids.
I
So,
can't lose my broken finger.
oh,
My wedding ring can't come off. The more you know.
there you go. So you guys have discovered the nefarious plots of our lunacy, of our evil lunacy, and how
They're
they have
terrible.
They are so bad at everything, and what's worse is they're good at it. That's the frustrating.
They're so
thing.
good at being bad.
They are. I'm so sorry. So you guys were discussing traveling to attempt to acquire the point.
Right.
A artifact blade of the Lunarchy. You guys can do that this evening. The other thing you can do, given the nature of, we'll do this with Animus. Well, Portia. Let's go with Portia. We've been hanging out with the dime piece tonight. We might as well continue.
Hey,
Yeah.
So Tesla doesn't care, but Cole, however,
Cold cast.
Cole cares very much.
There you go.
Carlos doesn't care, but Riker can't look at her in the eye. Because he's not used to interacting with
Fancy
beautiful
folks.
women
Yeah.
There you
often
go.
anymore. So
Anymore.
you don't know this.
That's
He
right.
doesn't know this. Well, he does.
He does. I don't yet. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it. I don't. You're right.
There is. Avron was discussing with us the potential of their scrying rooms. We are familiar with some. I apologize. I'm tracking through some old information and I'm trying to find a way to get it to you guys. Jeremy. There, he would know. Do you know who Jeremy is? Do any of you know who Jeremy is?
Jeremy.
Like Carlos doesn't.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking players.
Oh, you save him?
Jeremy's alive. He's fine. You already saved him. Let's take a walk. Portia's going to lead you guys out. And she's actually going to go and collect Avrin. And a couple of Animus is going to travel with you guys. You travel down to the docks towards one of the other vessels, most likely the Fight. It's one of the 4 ships that you guys have that you can call upon in service of this venture. Yeah.
What are they? The ships.
The ships?
So I can know.
Absolutely. The Fight is captained by a tiefling woman named Risen.
Right.
She is
Not a dime piece?
no, she is a dime piece. If Portia is the classy dime piece, Risen is the pirate.
So, are you saying she's Isabella from Dragon Age 2?
Yes. Yeah.
I will take it.
The
There you
number
go.
one.
That's Cole's number one, personally.
The gamer girlfriend.
Gamer waifu. There you go.
Gamer waifu.
Gamer waifu. Saying
Um,
that, the accent was interesting.
yeah. So there's that. There is the phenomenal vessel, the second one, which is a flying elemental ship with multiple elements on it that is captained by Alon James. He's right there next to you. Wrestling Jesus. There you go. There is the formerly known as the Luckstone, which is captained by Yvonne. And there is the Arc Rider, which is the no, technically that's John Arcadian's ancient flagship. It is a elements of storm, literally rides lightning.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that is captained by I forgot his name. Valen? It's with a V. It's a drow. He's an old drow. Got stuck on the astral sea.
Drow badass.
Exactly. Exactly. Old drow badass. So there's that, and then the last one that is more like a cousin, not like part of the fleet, but may swoop in from time to time, is 80s, and he captains the Opal Nightmare.
5 out of 5 for cool ship names.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. You guys have the coolest fleet in all.
You said 8. Sorry, who was captain?
Captain 80s.
80s.
ADES.
I also love that you named Adrian's boat.
Oh yeah. Well, originally it was his original phenomenal vessel. It could just fly, but it could also go on the water.
Mm-hmm.
So it was smaller, and then when it flew, it would like stretch out.
Mm-hmm.
So originally it was just the P1. And then or P, it was PONE, Pone. But it was
Pone noobs.
No, it was actually P1, because then when it spread out, it would spell phenomenal.
That's great.
And that was it. So
Lord, I am dyslexic AF. You do not want. Thank God this thing has audio correct, because otherwise I spell phenomenal like FENOMINAL. I don't know.
When you're just typing phonetics.
Oh yeah, that's
I got
exactly
you.
what I was just like.
Yeah.
So we're
80s is a halfling with that wears a shark jaw as a mask and dresses like Aladdin and rides a blue slod.
I'm sorry.
These are all great. NPCs,
I have the
Cody.
best
You
NPCs.
should be very proud of yourself.
I am very proud of my NPCs. Yeah. He rides. He used to ride a toad. Back when he was a lake lord. In the home game. Yeah, in the home game. He was a lake lord. So he could have a toad. Toady was his mount. And he would but he rode it like he's a halfling. He's a giant toad. He rode it like Captain Morgan style. So like one leg up and like and he would
Absolutely.
and big hair and pants and a vest. He's a halfling with the shark mask.
I don't care who you are. That's impressive.
That's right.
Yeah. So when they killed a Leviathan for him under the lake, they went into its body and attacked the heart and the brain at the same time.
Cool.
And then he spent months skinning and harvesting parts of the Leviathan for the ship. That's why it has the name, because it's literally opalescent. All Leviathan scales and stuff. So it's the Opal Nightmare. When he went out to sea, he could no longer have toady because frogs don't do salt water. Yeah. So he got a slod. He got a blue slod. A slod. They're from the whirling realm of chaos. And they're a famous D&D monster.
Sorry to be ignorant.
No.
I'm right there with you.
I'm looking up the
Tesla's right about me.
picture for you.
Googling it right now too.
Yeah. SLAADI. So kind of like that.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In my brain, it was with an O. So that's why I didn't connect it to the AA in the monster manual.
It's not
Anyway, it looks cool.
that thing.
Rad.
Yeah, giant. So he calls it Chaos Toady because he just found a frog. And he rides it the exact same way. Yeah. So that's
like my favorite NPC now.
Yeah.
I think he just
I
became
literally have typed everything you just said about him. I love him.
So we got to find the point. Have we learned anything about where to find it before?
Before we get to the point, I think there is a another matter that might serve us just as well.
A pointy a point.
We'll see. And she, do remember, Animus Portia and Caliber are of the opinion that speaking to the Lady of Pain is a poor choice. And part of, so she leads you guys down to the docks. On Risen's ship, there is the former leader of the pirate coalition and of the rebellion. His name is Jeremy. He is a young man, probably now maybe just barely 30. He was 27 when we started. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Will Osprey. If you wanna reference, you can look that up. He's a good-looking kid. He's very athletic. He's looked like he was one of the people that you guys had saved from going into Dreadhold. He's on the fight, and they bring you in. Jeremy, I wanted to go over with you some of the information that you had told us about Sanctuary. Right.
That's the rebel city, right?
That's where we had originally put down roots, but some decisions were made. As difficult as it is, I was hoping that you wouldn't mind recounting to us specifically what you had told us about the curse of the Empty Empire and what you found beneath it. Yeah, no problem. There, before Sanctuary was Sanctuary, it used to be the capital of the Arcadian Straits back during the Republic. The city was cursed for a very long time, very wealthy, but the denizens had become undead and regenerating. We weren't sure what to do with this, and so some of the other heroes went in and explored the city and discovered underneath its surface a eldritch machine that could control the city. It was essentially what was enacting the curse, what was keeping it moving. He proceeds to describe the happenings within this city, and the technology that he describes is extremely alien. It is something that for you two, my R&R team, makes no sense. You guys have seen something like it in the book.
Oh.
Sorry, the book, the IMAX book.
The IMAX book.
What did we see that was like it?
It's similar to the things that the brothers were having the ancient people build
Oh, shite.
to create their out from under the shield was often the term.
Right.
And it was this ancient sort of technology that, while they did not understand, people that followed the twin gods would perform for them, would do. And it was sort of the maintenance of these machines. And what Jeremy describes is a system of control that can almost program the city to do whatever it would like. We think that if we were able to gain access to this, we could create a pathway to the maze. Or at the very least, it would have enough power to allow us to scry on what we had thought previously was Dondorian, but is now known to us to be the gem itself. Our fear is that being in the maze, we are doomed to be lost in it as easily as anything else. To be fair, getting hold of the Eldritch machine beneath Sanctuary is dangerous. Not for the smallest reason is we're most likely to be captured and caught. The greatest reason is if we fail in some way, we turn over to a corrupt empire an extremely dangerous weapon.
That's a fair point.
And
That's-
yet you believe that this machine will at least help us locate the gem.
In an infinite space, in a pocket dimension, one controlled by a malevolent force, we need any and every, how to put it, edge
yeah.
that we can get.
So, how far away is Sanctuary?
Travel time, Sanctuary is about 12 days, I believe.
And do you know where the point is?
The point
Have we been
is
told or not?
you have not, you can be this
Okay.
year. Yeah, you, I know I'm not going to make you
Do that.
leave here, go find him, have a hole covered. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So the temple that the point is held on, he believes is doing some math in my head. 14 to 17 days away.
Okay.
Depending on how you go. Like there's
And it's like an ancient temple of some kind.
yeah,
To the Lady of Blades, it's something else.
it's a lunarchist temple.
Oh, okay.
It's a lunarchist a conclave that was destroyed. But that was the last place that the point was known to be. So
Honestly, like, I hear what these guys are saying about the fancy machine, but I think before we do that, we might need reinforcements. Don't think the four of us are quite equipped. I mean, we might be. Haven't seen you two in action yet. Before we shift all the way there, I think getting the sword, with all respect, Animus Portia, I think getting the sword would be a good step one. And then once we gather some more reinforcements, gather some more allies, I would go for the machine. What say you, Tesla, Riker, Ruben?
I'm fine with whichever way you guys see fit. I mean, if the risk outweigh the rewards of doing what we need to do, then by all means, like I'll go with either way. I'm here to
Portia.
support.
yes.
You wish to attempt to use this machine, correct? You believe that is our best course of action.
That's my opinion, yes.
And the others differ in that it is possible that you could speak with the lady. This is what the others believe, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Well, it is also my belief that it is always best to have redundancies in place.
Couldn't hurt.
So,
I couldn't agree more.
but it's enough out of you. So I believe it may be of a good option to acquire the point just in case the situation does not go as planned. That we have another option.
I have no arguments.
Right, it's like if we end up not talking to Lady Blades at all, which would be, really cool, very scary, understood, then bonus, cool sword. Who doesn't love a cool sword?
Very few people.
Yeah. So, shall we after the points?
Sounds like it.
Well done.
Get to the point.
Let's get on a ship and go to the place.
Absolutely. Actually, you guys can. So here's your option. You can actually make better time, cut it in half if you take the phenomenal vessel.
Right.
It is more. You run the risk of it being spotted and followed. So, up until now, nobody has thought it worth the risk. I mean, actually, cut the time to a third.
So it'll be about like 5 days or something like that.
Yeah. So it is up to you guys.
Personally, I'm looking forward to learning more about sailing, and as much as doing fancy flying would be really cool, I think that regular sailing would be the way I'd go. What think you, Robin, fancy boy? Would you go on the fancy ship?
I would. I don't know who would follow us, though. You know more about that than I would.
I don't know, shite, man.
Oh. Well, if it's a third of the time,
You vote fancy ship.
I think so.
Riker.
Either one. Like, it's more beneficial for us to be stealthier, right? Then yeah.
So
I would
two
say
votes
ship.
for regular, one vote for fancy ship. What say you, Tesla? Oh, wise and intelligent and genius Tesla.
Well, they're just like start creating like a pros and cons list in their heads.
You can see the gears physically moving.
Yep. If we are on the, we prefer to get this done as quickly as possible, but there is no immediate threat. Is that correct?
As far as I understand it.
Well, then I believe it may be best if we take our time and do this in as safely as we can.
Understood.
Okay. Sorry, man. Promise we'll take the flying ship sometime soon.
You guys gather up. You want to take the fight, or I guess you could take the Opal Nightmare.
Oval Nightmare.
Cole kind of wants to take the fight just because there's a dime piece captain like Isabella.
Sure.
But
Wait, what was Captain's name?
Risen.
Risen, but
Okay.
like
I was gonna say I
but
was
she's
like,
super hot.
like Isabella. So
Yeah.
Cole's projecting, it's fine.
Cole's projecting super hard. But I think Tesla would be more interested in taking the Opal Nightmare.
oh,
So if we can't take the flying ship. How's a shiny ship?
Yeah, Opal Nightmare sounds pretty good to me.
So yeah, up to Captain Ages.
Is there a workshop on board the Opal Nightmare?
No.
Is there on aboard the fight?
there's a workshop. on
Yeah.
it.
There is on the fight?
Yeah.
Oh, then they're taking the fight.
Okay.
Oh, damn, okay.
Then because
That does sound
A
more
captain that's
utilitarian.
a dime piece and a freaking like
in a workshop. Come on now, that's what
he's done.
I'm done.
He's
Okay, so
sold.
Tesla. Oh yeah, if you're adamant about it, we'll take the fight. Sorry, Captain Ages. Speak to you later.
Next time.
And during the trip, Tesla's not going to talk to any of them because they're they're just going to be in the workshop working on what we've talked about and
Great.
what we've been working on for the past who knows how long.
So add another week to it. You should be pretty close now.
Yeah, I only need we agreed on 5 or 6. 6 weeks.
I'll double check in a bit.
Okay. Well, because we're at 4 right now.
So
I think it was 5, but I'll double check.
I don't know about you guys. Have you done much sailing?
Not really.
No.
Do you want to learn some fun knots? I've learned some really good ones so far. Here, and I've spent like 2 weeks on a bloody ship.
There is a week of downtime on the ship. So you can commit a week of downtime and pay 25 gold to gaining water vehicle proficiency. It is 10 weeks minus your intelligence modifier. So you guys can do that math. That's how many weeks it takes for you to learn how to sail, essentially, if you do not already know. Otherwise, you can find another downtime activity for the week on the boat.
Random question. New character who this? How do I determine how much gold I have?
Yeah.
Let me just give you a flat 200 and call it a day.
Cool. And then you said it would be how much to learn proficiency
It is 25 per week.
per week. Okay.
Right.
And we will be on the ship
1 week.
1 week.
The rest of the travel is overland.
Got it.
I'm not going to be learning proficiency in this ship, what's something else I could do?
Languages or tools?
Okay, is that all price and calculated the same?
Same way.
Okay.
Yep. As you guys are traveling, did you have a question?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I am gonna try to learn proficiency.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Great.
So yeah,
Something
we are
nice.
hanging out. We are practicing our cool sailor nuts. I'm like looking at your hair if you let me. Like pick
Sure.
sticks out of it.
I think like definitely like a
Damn, you must have gotten really deep in these bloody woods.
I was there for a while.
What made you go?
no reason.
Personal stuff. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're new friends. We'll get there.
I would like all of you to roll me a percentile, please.
It's game time, guys.
We're playing a game. I thought this was like theater.
Ew, it's not great.
13.
26.
67.
47.
I never know if we want high or low.
Who knows?
Sometimes it's just random.
variable.
Like, doesn't matter.
Sometimes Cody
I-
just.
I never know either. It's fun. Let's find out.
Such a mystery.
Look, it's slow.
Somebody roll me a D8.
Andrew. It's a 2.
2. Okay. A couple of days into your adventure, you guys you've been working on your project, learning sailing. I'm not
Probably
sure.
just near them playing
Sure.
my instrument.
And just hanging out,
Background music.
Yeah.
getting rolling a little background music. Absolutely. You begin to hear. I'll find the time of day. Somebody roll me 2d12.
I rolled the last one.
I got it.
You got it?
Go for it.
That is a 6 and a 10.
6 and a 10. So that is 6 p.m. It's not uncommon around this hour to hear the changing of the bells. They keep a bell system. So shifts are a couple of hours. And at first it sounds like a very normal tolling. Steady, methodical. And then begins to pick up pace. You guys that are down below in the workshops and you're eating or resting, whatever it may be, up and onto the deck you run, and you can see that there are all of the sailors are rapidly tying down ropes. Ballistas are being brought to bear. There are weapons being pulled and from everywhere. I'd like you guys to make perception checks, please.
Can I do one for Edison too?
20.
It is visual based, so if he gets any sort of advantage for smelling or hearing, that
Okay.
would not apply.
So
20.
20 total.
Nice.
One's a 13. The other one is a 16.
Okay.
Big 10 from me.
Oh wait, no, 14.
14.
Background character.
Those
No, bad math.
those of you at 15 or below, you can see there's a disturbance in the water, but you can't really make out what it is. Tesla and Ruben, making sure I got the name right.
Yeah.
Yeah, win for me. You guys can see underneath the size of a man of war, a massive battleship, is this thick green leathered large head, and across its back is this jagged shell. You would recognize it from stories at the very least as a dragon turtle. And it is charging at the broadside of the fight very quickly.
And Credo, immediately as soon as she sees it.
Credo
Run,
only sees waves right now.
Motherfucker!
And so do I.
Ah! Oi, what's going on? What's all this then?
We are in a bit of a jam.
Do you see something?
Yes, it is a large dragon turtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it likes music?
I don't know if it can hear it.
Fair point.
Under
It
the
is
water.
underwater. I don't know.
Yeah.
Animals like music.
Yeah.
Don't know. Can you think of a way to get it away from? If I look over the side and he's told me there's a bloody dragon turtle, can I see it?
Sure, you can make it out.
How far is it away?
I
How
am.
big is it?
So it is gargantuan. It is the size of a boat.
Do I know anything about dragon turtles?
You can make a nature check if you would like.
Here we go. Come on, don't screw me. Oh, it's not too bad. Now that is a 27.
27.
Lord.
Um. So, what would you like to know?
How intelligent are they?
Average humanoid intelligence.
So they can be reasoned with.
They can, in theory, be reasoned with. Yes.
And how fast? So it's big as fuck, and it's coming towards the boat very quick.
Yes.
It's like now approaching.
Oh yeah. It's
So like if I jumped off the side, I could land on it.
it's not quite there. We're gonna flip for initiative. On its first turn, it will hit this boat. Yeah.
Is it like
Real.
are they
Oh my god.
I'm so fucking excited.
do I know if they're like territorial? If that's the reason why it's charging?
They are dragons. They are aquatic, underwater dragons. They, like a true dragon, they like to hoard things.
Okay.
Sometimes they will actively cause shipwrecks. Sometimes they just pick apart things that are already sunk. Did we freeze? Oh,
Doesn't look like it. No,
Cool.
we're good.
I just heard her come down. That's why I assumed.
To put whole tripod down here before I forgot I'm going to bed.
Oh,
Good night.
Oh, thank you.
I
Night.
not go to sleep, but I'm trying. Yeah. So, wish me luck.
Good luck.
You can do it.
So yeah, they also are occasionally bribed and employed by different monsters or creatures of the deep. So they're smart enough to act as mercenaries.
So we do,
And they generally come from the plane of water.
and I don't think we have anything that that thing will want.
No. No, I don't. Don't got anything particularly magical or cool. Not that I'm willing to part with.
Nope.
Let's flip for initiative, please.
Here we go.
Bet. Okay, no, you're gonna take the
yeah.
top card off this since you've got
Oh,
like
here we
plus
go.
10 to initiative. You can only
Oh, he already took the.
I did it for him. He's got bloody plus 10 to initiative. He can only pick an
he
ace,
took,
king, or
he took
fucking
alert
king.
or something like that.
I did.
I was gonna say. I was like,
Nice.
Hey, I
I
still
was
got
like,
something decent.
I know
Ace.
that.
Yeah,
And
you'll
just
put me.
like usual,
Oh, that's high.
Tesla
That's the first.
rolls a 6.
It's like he'll start saying
Okay.
the cards and
That's right.
you call it out.
Okay, starting at the top with Ace.
Me.
There you go.
Ruben.
So you are on the deck of the fight. The sailors all around you are they're readying some ballista weapons, but you can see the dragon turtle. I'm going to say, given his swim speed, I'm going to give him a little better swim speed than that. He's about 60 feet away.
60 feet?
Yeah.
I'll try polymorphing him into a goldfish.
Okay.
That escalated so fast.
Right.
Okay.
Which is wisdom saving throw.
It is a
DC
Oh, bet you
18.
was.
wisdom saving throw,
Never
DC 18.
Come on.
We go.
Okay.
This is so good.
There we go. Ooh. Rolled an 8.
Okay.
Solve the flushing counter.
Mm-hmm.
Urban just panics, waves his hands, and screams. And like, the dragon turtle's gone.
Oh, where'd it go?
It's that.
How long does it last?
Can I see the
It
goldfish?
Could be an hour.
It's 60 feet away in the ocean. I can't see the goldfish. Wait, what you said is what?
What?
You said it was over there. Where is it? I don't even see it.
Tesla
it
just-
has to catch the light, I think.
Tesla just screams at Risen to just go as fast as humanly possible.
We're going. We're going.
Oh shit! Well, really cool move. Wish I could have jumped on it. Was looking forward to riding the dragon turtle.
We could surround it and then hit it all
No,
at
no, no,
once.
no, no.
No,
it's fine.
just
We
leave
can
it
just- we can
and
just run away.
get away
Yeah.
as fast as possible.
I mean, we're not out here to hunt dragon turtles. Either. That'd be a cool mission for later.
Mhm.
But no, we can just keep going. Hey,
Okay.
I think that may have just solved the whole thing.
That was-
yeah,
That was the quickest battle I have ever been with down. Just saying.
right. We got ale. Hey, Captain, we got ale on this. We got ale on this ship.
Don't you have some in your bag?
Oh,
Right, but that's for me. That's my special stuff.
Are we able to
Um,
because sorry, because I'm
Go ahead.
always that guy. Do they make saving throws on polymorph
Oh.
every round?
I don't know.
I think it's just when it takes damage.
Yep.
Okay,
And we're
so then
running away.
We're just gonna leave it for an hour
It reverts when it takes damage.
Yeah, so we're just never gonna touch it.
it.
and just leave.
Bro, there's gonna be an angry fucking goldfish in the sea somewhere that has out for Ruben.
Well, the worst
someday.
the worst
Shark
thing
gonna
is
eat this turtle.
they're gonna have the intelligence of a goldfish, so they're not gonna even understand what's happening until they turn back into a dragon turtle, and they're going to be pissed.
Which isn't that long, so we should maybe book it.
yes,
Yeah, no, I'm just I
And
like
the ship has never stopped sailing.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be clear.
I'm just waiting for a shark to eat the damn goldfish and then explode from the inside out when it
Dragon
reverts back
turtle
into a
comes
dragon
out.
turtle.
That's insane. Yeah, bite.
Right.
Right?
Well, I guess we keep going.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna say rounds for this guy, eh?
Yeah, of course.
Day drinking with sailors on the ship.
Yeah, they grab the ale and you guys begin to kind of
Correct.
pass it around.
Tesla's gonna take some ale. This is the first time they've been on
Deck.
the deck of the ship, and just turn to Ruben, nod and do one of those.
As the ale is coming around,
Take one down, pass it around. 95 bottles available.
as the ale is coming around, the sailors are the words has to spread. They're sort of confused and they're handing out mugs and things like that. And what ended up happening? What did you do?
I polymorphed the dragon turtle, and then it was just a small fish, so we left.
That's all amazing. I can't believe that. Oh my lord. Thanks, Sasa. What sort of fish did you make?
Goldfish?
I'd like all of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
is this something I can see?
Nope.
Nope. Good.
27.
18.
So,
7.
here's a super fun.
If you can see it,
fact.
I don't know if you can see
No,
it.
he
but-
said I
I
couldn't.
have
He
a
said
plus
no.
8, but I did roll in that one.
That's why I asked Cody said no.
Yep. You two take 6 points of fall damage. You are knocked prone. You guys catch yourselves as the
What am I
ship
doing? This is a-
suddenly lists to one side.
Oh, the stupid thing showed back up again.
Goldfish are freshwater fish.
Oh,
Seawater
no!
damage? Are you shitting
I
me?
panicked.
I let it suffocate in. So technically, anything can hold its breath for a minute minus its Constitution modifier, or plus a Constitution modifier. So goldfish have a 2 Constitution.
I held it
So
for a couple minutes.
Oh.
it held it
Not
for
even-
almost a minute. For you, I gave you 30 seconds of them being like, "Oh, great job!" What?
I don't know.
And then-
Like, what did you just turn?
and then
into?
after that-
a goldfish.
After that,
Oh.
Tesla would be like,
Flip. New round.
Oh my god.
New round?
New
Yeah.
round.
Oh,
Back up.
Jesus Christ.
Up top, Ace. Yeah, because technically you guys spent your round
Correct.
having a great time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I thought
We did great. We thought we were done. I
Tesla
thought
should
you
have
were
been
done
smarter
too.
than that.
I paused and I went, wait, goldfish or freshwater fish?
Also, this is so fucking funny.
Freshwater
and good.
fish. Aha. All right. Ace. Ace is the dragon turtle.
Oh, we're such toast.
The dragon turtle is, you can see as the ship lifts back down, it sort of curls back this way. It swims part of the way back and out, spins around and releases this scalding steam in a 60-foot cone. I would like all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Is this like a fucking one portal?
Big 6.
21.
21.
16.
16.
15.
15. The DC on this is 18. So if you failed, you take 52 points of fire damage.
Whoa.
Motherfucker.
Sam would have been unconscious.
Sam would have been one-shotted.
Sam would have been one shot.
The ship does not fare better. And you can actually see as the steaming saltwater hits, some of the boards along the side of the ship begin to cinder and smolder as just this unbearable heat. And part of the ocean between you and the dragon turtle sort of flash boils, and just a rapid rush of steam piles into the air. It is now 30 feet from the edge of the boat. That is it for the dragon turtle. King.
King. I'm gonna shoot it
Okay.
with a crossbow.
Shoot it with a
Do
crossbow.
you not have a second polymorph in you?
I mean, I do.
That's
I
up
can't think of a fish
My
right
God.
now.
52
A sturgeon.
points
A
of
sturgeon.
damage.
You do you, boo.
An eel.
to-
A clownfish.
That's a 17.
it pings off of the hard shell.
Yeah.
It's natural AC with its thick scales, and the shell is a 20.
I'm going to also look at Tesla admirably and say, you can do this and play a little song and give them inspiration.
Nicely done.
D10.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Okay. After ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9.
9.
9.
So I can absolutely jump 30 feet. I'm trying to jump on its head.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
She's so dumb.
Listen, it's part of the character, please. Please. This is the one cool thing I want to do. If this sucks, I'll be so sad. So I got a 12.
Okay.
That's not horrible.
That's fine.
Trying to jump towards
What
it.
is your base speed?
My base
A million.
speed? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 3,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Regular 70.
Okay. So your regular speed is 70. You stand up, plus you have your movement. That's 35. And then you run what you can. You make the leap. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Sure.
Yes.
You jump. You land on and about its back and neck, shoulder
Cool.
region. Yeah. I mean, you're not like it's kind of bobbing in the water,
Right.
so you're not like you're kind of standing, kind of waiting. Like
Yeah.
if it submerges, you don't have a grip on it.
Right. So can I use the rest of my action, my like actual action, to just take a dash so I have more movement,
Okay.
and then get sort of up to its head and then like brace, like see what I can see and try to brace.
Make a athletics, another athletics check. You're trying to grapple the head of it,
Yeah.
and when it feels you on there, like it's kind of bucking about. So
Yeah, but while I do this, I am talking.
well, that's fine.
So that was a 17, and my
Okay.
plus fucking 8. And I'm saying, hey, maybe we can talk us out. We know how to fight. Does it throw me off? Point.
I'm checking right now.
Sorry.
No,
Please,
you're fine.
Please. I just want to do one cool thing.
15.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Please, please, please. I'm. Hi, I'm Credo. We can talk this out. You don't have to attack a ship anymore. You did a really big, good hit. That was a really good job you did. Well done. You don't have to do it anymore.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
God.
Okay. 14.
14.
Not incredible, but like could have been worse.
Yeah.
Feeding my -1.
You're not sure it understands you.
Fuck. Do I have more free action to talk? Or am I kind of done?
I'll give it to you. Go for it.
I'm gonna yell up on the ship. Anybody speak this thing's language? It's speaking watery. Anybody watery? Hey, Captain, you watery.
Might be a drag. I don't know
Oh,
if I can
shit.
talk.
It's dragony. Do I speak dragon? Probably not. Fuck. Language.
Do I speak dragon?
Where are
Dragon.
where are my languages?
Probably not. Okay.
I think I definitely only speak like
Okay.
common and orc. Yep.
Okay.
So anybody speak like turtle or dragon or something?
No.
There you go. 9,
Oh,
8, 7, 6,
6.
6.
I'm going to run up to the edge. You just said it's 30 feet by now? 30 feet away?
Yeah,
Okay.
from the edge of the boat.
From the edge of the boat. Okay, I'm gonna run to the edge of the boat.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out one of my javelins. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna breathe deeply, and in my bonus action, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
When I open my eyes back up, you're gonna see my eyes just glowing gold. And I'm gonna take the javelin and throw it at the turtle
Okay.
thing, dragon,
Like his eye or something?
just anywhere.
Okay.
I just want to hit it. Of course not. It's a natural 3, so 12.
Okay.
Why not? I can't do a second attack because it was that one. Shit.
No, you get 2 attacks. You get 2 attacks per action period.
Yeah, well, I only have one javelin, right?
No, you get like 4.
Oh.
It's like arrows. and bolts.
Okay, then can I throw another
Sure.
javelin?
Throw another javelin.
Better. It doesn't hit anyways. 19.
Yeah, barely.
Just shy.
Yeah, just shy. You're
Probably almost hits me.
you're about to hit that squishy eye, and it like it blinks
Ah.
and cling.
First creature that you hit with an attack. Yeah, so they're gonna hit. Okay, cool. I'm still raging, and I'm just gonna be like,
There you go.
Yes.
All right. You were on a 6.
6.
5, 4, 3, 2.
2.
2.
On brand.
Mm-hmm.
So Tesla will notice that everything is going to pot, and they'll kind of just like they'll keep Optimus sheath because they're what good is it in this situation?
Mhm.
And that they have a free action. Can they have a free action to talk?
Sure. Yeah.
In Draconic,
Mm-hmm.
they will yell at the dragon turtle. We have nothing that you wish to have on board this ship.
Please go away.
Well, I don't want to say please go away.
Only pain.
There's nothing that you wish to have on this ship. Please let us be on our way.
Make a persuasion check.
Here we go. I got a whole 0 to this.
D10 if you want.
Oh, I do have a D10.
Inspiration.
Thank God. Oh, God. It's a 5. I don't think adding a D10 is going to help, guys.
Nope.
Yeah.
You hear the dragon turtle sort of roars back, and it's very loud for you, but you can tell the language in there. In Draconic, it says, "Sure, you don't. You merely possess such magic that you would suffocate me beneath these waves."
That was an accident.
Well, that's right. Now you must die. Is it storming outside?
No.
It's well, you know what? Either way, they're gonna cast Call Lightning at level 3.
All right.
And that's a dexterity saving throw of 18. It's
Okay.
a 60-foot.
So it's a big storm, 60-foot storm. You can choose the point within that 60 feet.
I'll try to avoid Credo as much as possible, but
It's a big turtle. You can avoid it.
Yeah,
You
she
can put it on like the backside of turtle butt.
she also has evasion.
Lightning its butt.
And it's just
What happened to Credo?
Yeah.
Well, that's one.
9.
fails. So that's gonna take the full 3d10 worth of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what d10s I'm gonna use. No, it's not bad. That's a total of 20 points of lightning damage.
Nice. Yeah, it seems to have a full effect.
Okay. So then I believe they're just going to continue to hold that up as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no way that Edison can get to. Well, no, Edison can move 40 feet.
Swimming is
Swim?
half speed.
Yeah, no, and plus it's made.
Of metal?
He's made of metal. This is a really bad idea. So Tesla's just gonna like just stand up like Moses. And
Okay.
just keep this
Storm.
lightning storm focused on
Sure.
on top of this dragon turtle.
Okay. Anybody left? New round.
Did I go this round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you ran, you jumped, you
Oh my
Oh, we're
god!
still on that round. Right.
Yep. Up top, ace,
Fuck.
king.
King.
Two
call it.
king.
You have a hard
Who's
dex?
Dexy?
You go first.
Plus 10.
Oh,
We'll let him go
We
first.
pull a new one each round.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
the queen then.
All right. King.
We pull more cards
no, no.
after.
That's your whole stack.
I haven't.
You
advantage.
reshuffle it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's
Um,
only got like
No,
40.
you get 3 rounds and then you're done.
Yep.
You're out of the game.
You're done.
It's the danger of having a high dex. No, you're fine.
King, I'm going to take arrows I can shoot 2, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot being pissed that I
Mhm.
keep missing. I'm gonna take an arrow and shoot at the turtle. I want to hit the turtle. Fucking turtle. Damn it. 18 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. Story of my life. Okay, finally. 21.
That hits.
Hit the turtle. There's a reason why I want to hit this turtle. Let me do the damage real quick. I don't even know anymore. That was with the short bow. He's within 80 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a five hole piercing damage.
Nice.
The reason I want to hit this thing finally, is I have ancestral protection.
Mm-hmm.
So with the spirit of my ancestors, while ranging, the first creature that you hit with an attack on your turn has disadvantage on any attacks that isn't against you. When the target hits a creature other than you, the creature has resistance against the damage it has been attacked.
Let's go
Nice.
resistance. Let's
So-
go tank.
So anything other than me, it has
Mhm.
disadvantage on. And if
Yeah.
you hit them, they are resistant to that damage.
Perfect.
Sexy.
Great job. Anything else?
No.
Okay. That is king, queen.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try Tasha's hideous laughter,
Okay.
which is another DC 18 wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Does it need to understand you?
No.
Which it does.
No.
It's alien.
I think I read it. It's just a creature of your choice that you can see within range.
Great. Sometimes that is a limitation. So, what type of saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. 14 plus 6, 20.
Yeah, that passes.
That one does
I am
pass.
also going to inspire Credo with another nice lute tune.
Sends a shiver down my spine.
It's a power chord
All of a sudden you
of
hear No.
Yeah.
And that's as much as we can say without being sued.
All right.
And that's it for me.
Okay.
I forgot to add rage damage to that. I'll remember next time.
No, you don't
What
get
is it?
rage unless it's a strength attack.
True.
So if you do short bow.
You're right. Never mind. Ignore.
Kings only.
Thank
Why
you.
am I such a buzzkill all the time? I'm sorry.
No,
guys.
okay.
Tesla's rubbing off on you.
I don't play barbarians often, so this helps.
You're good. So that was Queen, Jack, 10, 9, 8. 8 is the dragon turtle.
Of course.
Dragon turtle is going to, I guess, attempt to claw you.
I'm on top of his head. How's it going to get a claw all the way up there? On its bloody head.
Flexible.
Okay, stop. No, the claw is under the shell.
No,
How's it going to do that?
No, it
It's
can.
got long arms.
Yeah.
I'm looking
It's
at this
it's
thing.
a dragon.
Okay, fair point.
It
Fair
does
point.
have long arms. I'm looking at a picture.
This
of
is,
it.
I haven't
this
looked
is
up.
what it looks like right here.
Yeah.
It has
Very
disadvantage.
Got it. Sorry. Got it. I was imagining like a very
Like a turtle turtle?
yes, like a turtle.
Just really big.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. It
Okay,
can
it
I
can,
got you.
It can try to like
but
scratch me.
it
off.
is it is a disadvantage. So
I've got evasion.
2, yeah. 1 by 2 with its claws. Okay, got it. So a 3 and a 2, so it misses.
Ha!
14, which I'm pretty sure misses.
Miss.
But
Yeah, AC 16.
it's got a easy time to. It's going to sail towards the boat and try to bite and claw you. So first attack, claw is 23,
Yep.
and bite 26.
And these are slashing and piercing.
They are, yes, both slashing and piercing.
Cool.
So the claw is, I'm doing averages 16 points plus 16 half to 8.
Okay.
And the bite is 26 half to 13. Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, and so the dragon turtle has like swam up to the edge of the boat and is kind of like pulling the boat down to kind of climb up onto the ship and bite at you. Great. 8, 7, 6, 6. Credo.
Cool. So I'm gonna grab my staff of striking
Mm-hmm.
and from the top of his head, gonna sort of see. Question: do my slippers of spider climb just help me just like stick to it? My legs stick to it.
I will give you advantage
Okay.
on any check for it trying to throw you off.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to sort of like kneeling on its back, jam my staff into its eye
Okay.
using all 10 of its charges of like.
Okay.
If I can't get you to leave, I'll try this then. Bang.
Here-
And then
So here is what I like to do with called shots.
yes.
If you are attempting to like really aim for a specific body part,
right.
um, well, no, what we do is you roll 2d20. If both hit, then you hit the specific part of the body that you are aiming for. If only one hits, you hit it something like normal.
Cool.
If both miss,
Don't hit it all.
you don't hit it at all.
That makes sense. Just saying, its eye's really big. I'm on its head.
I agree,
That's
but that's why it has an AC and you have a modifier.
Okay. Come on. Ooh, Malganus, if you've got me right now, I'll drink one to you next time I'm in Eradicate. Natural 20.
Okay.
And the other one, I'm going to have to check what's my plus. Okay, so staff's +3 to hit,
Mhm.
plus my dex is +3. Is there anything else I add, or is that it?
Proficiency.
Proficiency. It's going to work. Okay, proficiency is +5. Yes.
So what's your total?
So this one, 10 + 3 + 2 + 5.
21.
21.
Yeah. Both hit.
Yes.
Oh,
Hits it in
Okay.
the eye. Okay, so the staff regularly is, come on, +3 to damage. So I'll roll its regular damage first. That's a 1, but that's a 4 base.
Mhm.
And then how many d6s? 10 d6s. Cool.
Lord.
I used all of its shit at once. You got some d6s I can roll?
Do you really want to use mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I've got a bunch.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
I was like,
we try to. How many do you need?
I have 2.
She needs
I need
8 more.
8.
1, 2, 3, 4,
3 here, I need 5.
Okay, 5.
5.
There
Here you go.
you go.
Don't use Carlos's dice as much as humanly
Okay.
possible.
I was like,
1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5.
warned.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is everything. I feel like a rogue with all these D6s.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I need to do math. I hate that. Okay. 1, 3, 4,
Figured that I would send out. Oh, you sure?
8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 26, 31 extra. So 35 total.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, 2 things.
Yes.
1,
Yes.
according to the Staff of Striking, you can expend up to 3 of its
Oh,
charges.
bloody hell. Sorry.
But you've already done the math,
I'm so
so I will allow you to do it.
It's
However,
going to kill the fucking staff or something.
well, normally when you expend all charges, you roll a d20 and on a 1,
It dies.
it dies. So I'm going to increase that to a 3.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3.
Don't suck down. It rolled a 4! It doesn't die.
Oh my god. That would suck to lose it. You just got it.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I'd rather lose it by using it really cool than not.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me do that. I
You're
will
welcome.
not do that again.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem. So 35,
Yeah, straight in the eye.
straight in the eye.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go ahead and call for the dragon turtle blind for now.
Debuffed.
Definitely with 1 eye. Yeah. So, okay. That you were on a so
Another 6.
the staff hits it in the eye. You sort of swing down and around, holding on to the eyebrow, and it hits in there. Its eye closes, and you guys see the burst of force. When it opens, its eye is bloodshot and bleeding, and sort of blood kind of pours into the water as it wheels back and roars. You were on a 6?
Yeah.
Okay. 5.
5. And just like always. Tesla always just brings it.
Bringing up the rear.
So the dragon turtle's still within the.
It's up on the ship. Yeah.
No, but it's still within the.
Oh yeah, the back of it.
The
Yeah.
cylinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
For sure.
But
Turtle.
as of right now, I think I'm also going to cast that 4th level vitriolic sphere
Mm-hmm.
on the dragon turtle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and it's a 20-foot sphere. And I'm going to try and aim it on the side of its messed up eye.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's a dex save. So I don't know if like it being blind will have any effect on that. But
Technically, no.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Roll me an athletics check.
It's only a 13.
Okay. I'm just gonna give it a flat roll then.
Okay.
15.
It fails.
Okay. Roll it.
So that's 10d4
Nice.
worth of damage, and it takes the full amount.
Nice.
5, 6, 7, 8. It's a small one. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's one right there too.
Yeah.
Side note, this is a really cool fucking enemy and a cool fucking battle.
10, and I hate it.
I love it.
I'm
I've
having
never fought one of these.
the world's greatest time.
Ruined the whole battle.
You almost saved us!
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that's a
know,
lot of
because-
ones.
If you'd only thought of a freaking salt.
It was in character to
10.
panic.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey.
I love it.
20. That is 22 points of acid damage,
Okay.
and it's going to take another 5d4 at the end of its next turn. on top of
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
that's
I will forget. Do remind me.
I will try to remind you.
Okay. Anybody left? New round. Up top, you reshuffle.
Yeah.
Okay, ace.
Ace.
There you go.
Lord.
Uh,
Take that feet.
so I have advantage since it's blind.
You do.
Okay.
Yeah, you have advantage on attack rolls against
I'll
it.
try another crossbow then.
Okay,
Ooh, 22. Oh, that
does hit. Yeah.
Okay. And I will expend Psychic Blades to do an extra 5d6
Okay.
for a
How
total of
is that?
66. Just College of Whisper attack. Ooh. 19 plus 5. 24 points of damage. And I think that's my turn.
So sexy hit.
Okay.
Crossbow.
Yeah.
So you levy the crossbow. It reaches out. Is there a visual component to your psychic blades, or is it just a purely mental pain that rips through it?
It's mental.
Okay. Yeah. So that you guys see this one bolt sort of hit it, and it reels like something in its ear just ruptured.
Should I roll athletic saving throw or something?
Yeah. Go ahead and
With
with
advantage,
advantage,
okay.
make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving.
If possible, I'd like to hide
Or just an
kind of
athletics
back
check.
from the edge of the deck of the ship.
Sure.
That's the 19.
Yeah, you hold on. Absolutely. Okay. Ace, king, queen. Queen is the dragon turtle.
Wait, at the end of it.
At the end of its turn, the dragon turtle, its head sort of peels back. The claw that is up on the boat, it shoves itself back. Those of you that are on the boat, make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Ooh. So 1 plus 11.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ooh, that's a natural 1 plus 1.
Oh.
18.
You save. Both of you are going to take 6 points of falling damage, and you are knocked prone as it basically shoves the boat back as it's now like backpedaling.
So I
To
an
get-
attack of opportunity.
You do, yeah. So yeah, it's basically backpedaling away, trying to figure out the hell just happened to it.
Since I don't have a weapon and my sword is still behind me, it's unarmed, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Okay,
It's
does hit. 5.
Bludgeoning.
Nice. Okay.
Nice punch.
So it kind of backs up, and it gets about its full movement, so 40 feet back. It is going to steam breath again. Its weapon does recharge. You are on its head. Do make me another athletics check to hold on.
Bet.
You do still have advantage.
Yeah. Definitely. That's a natural 18 plus my plus 3 plus my plus 5. Like
26. Yeah. Okay. So you do not need the con save. Everybody else, please give me a con save.
Do we get anything for that it can't see?
or that his stuff about protecting.
Yeah, because it's when a creature attacks anyone other than me, the creature has resistance to the damage dealt by the attack. Would this count as everyone but me gets resistance because of my ancestors protecting them?
I will double check, but
I know that's a weird.
my instinct here is that attack is the keyword.
Okay. When the target hits a creature other than
Maybe
me.
it's an
It's worded oddly. I think this is going to be a DM call.
Real quick. Unless it has an attack roll.
Okay.
So
D&D Beyond doesn't specify. Got it.
correct. Because attack is the keyword there. So when it attacked Credo, it was
had
at disadvantage.
But
If it had been biting or swinging, it would be at disadvantage against everybody but you. Anything it would have hit would have had resistance. So
Got it.
all of that is yeah, but
AOE.
it's blind. It's not looking. It's literally just instinctually pouring out a 60-foot cone.
Fair enough.
So you guys just you're in the. It can cover most of the ship, half the ship. So DC 18, who saved?
27.
Save.
Hard fail.
Hard fail.
18, 19.
19 save. So 26 points of fire damage. 26 points of fire damage. 52 points of fire damage.
Big unconscious.
Yes.
You're not like dead. Right?
Baby boy.
Just unconscious.
Just unconscious.
All right, I'm making my Constitution save.
Yes, for the summon.
I think
Addison?
drop it because it's 18. And
Okay.
I need 20 something.
Well, no, you took 26 points of damage. You
Oh,
need a
so-
13.
So it's still up.
You're okay. Great.
All lightning's still up.
What about
Great.
Addison?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
He does it to
Um,
everybody. He's fine.
Yeah, I do it to everyone else, so it's only turnabout as it's fair.
I mean,
play.
it's not a malicious event where nobody here is like, ha ha.
Aha, I've got you
Um,
now.
Okay.
Man.
Edison fails. I
Mhm.
believe. It's a con save.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an 8. So Edison takes 52. Whew, Edison is rough.
Still up
Get
there?
it? He's rough.
Roof.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey, Cole. Wasn't me this time.
That was so funny.
Oh, so bad.
So,
bad.
on pure instinct, the blind dragon turtle swims back away from the ship and takes in a breath. And you, Credo, since you're on its head, you can get the feeling it.
Probably feel it like heat up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a moment where all of those glands on the inside do catch. Like if they hadn't recharged, he probably would have just swam away. So yeah, he's not in a great place. Dragon turtle's on a queen. Jack.
Jack,
Jack.
you're higher.
Oh.
Everyone else is a higher dex than me. I'm going.
Okay.
You have a higher.
Probably
accent
pretty
than me.
dexy.
Yeah, legit.
Okay. Yeah. How far is it? 40 feet. 40 feet from the
40
boat?
feet from the edge of the boat.
Okay. Cool. So
Again, the water flash boils. The edge of the ship continues to cinder. You can see the sails. Some of them have caught flames, and the other. That's right. It has been 3 rounds.
fuck.
Shit.
I forgot to add my rage damage again.
The ship is so parts of the ship are burning. Other people are putting it out. However, the ballistas that they have brought to bear
Oh.
take 3 rounds to prep and fire.
Well,
Did
Uh,
Dragon
thank-
Turtle take your damage just now at the end of its turn?
Do
Oh, no,
do
it
roll the
didn't.
damage. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
fuck.
I
You guys gonna
completely-
kill this thing.
I completely forgot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'd be real surprised if you
Ooh.
did.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Another 12 points of acid damage.
12 points of acid damage. Absolutely.
This is another 12 points of damage.
The ballistas come wheeling about. They let me see. 2 of them hit. One of them is a critical shot, catches the turtle in the mouth, and it comes pouring back out the neck. Roll me 3d10, 3d10, 3d10.
I was like, where the hell are my D10?
14,
Yeah.
11.
11,
30.
30.
You did 10, 10, 10?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ow.
Okay. So 25 plus 30, 55.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
Okay. Sounds, yeah. Sounds good.
Having good luck with D10.
Uh,
Getting
Uh-huh.
gang over here, like.
That is it. So we're back to the Jacks. Who was doing their thing? Credo. I apologize for interrupting your turn.
No, please go ahead. Thanks for those free 55 points of damage.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's taken. Signed, sealed, delivered. So, right. I'm going to say the only thing that gives me disengage is my flurry of blows. So I'm actually going to. Yep, that's the only thing. Nope, step of the wind gives me it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Bonus action to dash or disengage.
Oh, sweet.
With a key point, or you can just disengage as your action.
I could do, but Step of the Wind is really cool.
Yes.
And I
And
haven't
you
used a single key point.
And
Do
she can
it.
do it as a bonus.
Do it,
action
girl.
on top of
Do
that.
it.
Right. So I'm going to Step of the Wind to bonus action and use my dash and use all my shit to just do a, prep, jump off its head, woo, dive as I'm in the air, see ya, swim,
Okay.
swim, up to the ship, climb up, I'm with my 17 times 3, think I can do it in a round, just cutting through the water. But yeah, my bonus is to disengage,
So you disengage and dash.
Yep, disengage, dash, it doubles my jump, it doubles my, all this stupid shit. Yeah, I've used a key point to do Step of the Wind to get back up onto the ship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant. I hi guys, how's it going?
It's not any better on the ship.
I rode the turtle though.
That's
And
great.
on the floor.
Oh, shite.
Oh yeah, he's unconscious.
That's the time I have. That's the time I have my turn, is to see him and say, fuck.
Okay.
I don't think I can't make a medicine check this one. Yeah, no.
No. Yeah, you use all your
A lot of
actions.
stuff happens before.
Yeah.
So, what card are we up to?
Jack.
Oh, we're all on a jack. Why am I worried about cards? You guys take your turns. Come on.
Jack. Okay, I'm gonna take my short bow. He said
Mhm.
he's within 45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna knock 2 arrows and shoot him. I'm gonna go reckless
Okay.
and shoot at him recklessly.
Can you reckless
Oh, wait,
in a
can I
non-melee?
I think reckless has to be melee.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to play a barbarian.
It's your first night. You're good.
Ooh, that's a natural 3. That's not gonna hit for the first arrow.
This is.
Second arrow, that's a natural 7 plus 8. Nope, that's not gonna hit either.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
If it's still blind, is it?
You have advantage because it's blind.
Oh, then I guess.
So that's one attack.
One of them. Second,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
an 8 and a 7.
Dude.
Damn.
Carlos, man.
Okay.
Welcome. Hi, this is me playing D&D.
You know, when we first started playing together, it wasn't this bad.
Yeah, but those two.
Yeah, but then Sam
Shitty
died.
rolling.
So,
Sam died because it got this bad. That is not my fault.
Also true.
And Sam's not dead. He went to live on a farm in the Underdark.
Also true.
Not to the glue factory.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
If-
I could have prevented him from going down. Oh well. That's it. Jack.
What could you have done?
It's called Spirit Shield. If
Mhm.
you are raging and another creature that you can see within 30 feet takes damage, you can use your reaction to reduce that damage by 3d6. My spirits can shield
Would 3d6 have potentially saved you?
from 50 something down. Oh,
So
I
you
was
would-
at 36. I think.
What's your
And
total
it
hit
was
points?
52. My total is 90.
Yeah, you've taken 52
something,
twice.
94.
Yeah.
104.
So 3d6 maybe could have.
It could have. You can give it a try.
Roll
You can use your
for
reaction.
That's one.
yeah, I'll use
Do
my
it.
reaction.
Do it.
Yeah.
Here's the
Who
thing.
knows? I
He
can
hasn't
roll-
he hasn't
have
taken
to
a
be
turn. He hasn't made a death save.
10.
12
Hey.
hit
So
points.
There you go.
Well, would that have? Because you said you were at 32, right?
36.
36.
Yeah, what's your total?
Or,
Nice.
oh yeah, if it was 52, it would have been 16.
Other than
My
that-
total's 94. If it
So
was 52
94
twice.
minus 52 twice.
Yeah.
Negative
Is there
10. He
something
would have been
else?
at 2 hit points. Because it was 12 that I.
so you,
yeah,
he
my
reduced it by
point.
So
12.
you're at 2 hit points.
So you have 2 hit points.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
I forgot it. I'm telling you, new character. Who did?
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
oh no. You had the fall damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's why it's
Sorry.
low.
You're unconscious.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Don't worry, it's
Okay.
a reaction. It's fine.
Hey,
it,
man.
it doesn't waste
You
anything.
gotta
like
do
that.
it.
Yeah, it was
You gotta
close.
do it sometimes. All right.
You
I was
had to
like,
do it
I
to
know
him.
you. I know he never attacked you.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh right, you fell.
Yeah, I
That's
thought there was something I couldn't remember.
Right. It's not from the giant dragon turtle. He just fell down.
that's
Sounds about right.
okay.
Other Jack.
Other Jack.
So I'm going to run over to this
Thank you.
person that just got knocked unconscious. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Spicy.
That's 3d8 plus 5.
We have a new squishy.
Yeah.
94 hit points is not squishy.
Yeah. It's not as bad as Sam.
Oh, no. Sam had 61 hit points.
Like this level.
Level 12.
What class was he?
Okay.
You
Knowledge
can't control
cleric.
getting
Oh.
negative
I
con
rolled
modifiers.
for my hit points.
7,
And I rolled a lot of ones.
7, 12, 16, 21 points of healing to you. And as they get up, stop dying. And
I look around dazed and stand up.
Ruben, you catch your breath just staring at the surliest warforge in all of Toyland.
in all the land.
Yeah.
The surliest warforged in all the land.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Listen, they're trying the best. No, they're not that very experienced with people.
They're really not.
The Riker is just like this old smoker.
I've been in the woods for 80
Those
years.
old Marlboro,
I
man.
smoked with balls for 20 years.
Yeah.
2 packs a day.
In the
20 years.
woods.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to have Edison take the repair action.
Oh.
Okay. Nice.
Where he gets 2d8 plus 2. So they get 11, 13 points of health.
Stop being broken.
They don't say that to him.
No, I say that.
Oh, there he is. Don't talk to my dog like that.
Okay. That's it for you guys?
Yeah, that's it.
I have like a really stupid question. Does Edison like behave like a dog?
Um,
Like does he go, or is he just like stoic like you?
they've started behaving more like a dog. It's a
Puppy.
weird. It's a weird kind of sentience that Edison is starting to develop. They were originally just a very stoic dog, but now they're starting to be more dog-like.
Become puppy.
It's part of Tesla's general backstory and abilities.
All right. New round.
No, you're still in combat.
I was gonna
No.
say there has to be an ace somewhere because it's my last 2 and I haven't flipped it yet.
Up top, ace.
Ace. Do we even want to try this again?
Go
Is it
for
still
it.
blinded?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep throwing arrows at it.
Do it.
Why not?
I like the idea of you don't even have a bow, you just chuck it.
Lord, no, 2 6s. So
Do you have advantage? Because it's
that
like,
is with advantage.
Oh.
2 6s. So that's the first one. That's a 6 plus 8, which does not hit. 12, 4 that 14. And that's
Okay.
that one hits at 15 plus 8,
Mhm.
23.
23 does
Thank
hit.
God of advantage because the other one was a natural 1. That is a big ol' 7 piercing damage.
Nice. Keeps the spirit guardians on it.
Mhm.
Did you include your rage damage?
It doesn't
Does not apply
because
to.
It's not a
Got it.
strength.
Just trying to help.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep my rage up, even
Yep.
though it doesn't matter. Cause,
No, listen. As soon as we get into any melee combat, you'll be wonderful. It's just,
oh yeah,
yeah.
It's just, I thought about jumping on the turtle as
Get
well,
over
but it's
here.
so far.
Okay. Ace, king, queen,
I have king.
king. Ruben.
I'll just do mass cure wounds
All right.
this time. I don't have that much. 7th level.
Half your speed to stand up and a 7th level mass cure wounds. Wow. All right.
big spicy. Got more d8s.
I only need 1 more. Oh, that's an 8.
Nice.
26 hit points to everyone.
Does that
There you
include
go.
Edison?
Yes.
Ruben,
It's 6 creatures total.
Ruben, you sexy beast with its flair.
Just playing my loot.
Just playing the loot.
King,
How much was it?
26. Queen, Jack, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Lord, I'm like, what the
Go
hell
for
is this?
7.
You see it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, hey guys, riding the turtle was fun. I think it's going to go away now. Hope so. It seems like it's going away. So let's try to fix this shit. I'm just gonna join the sailors and try to
Put the fires out.
put the
and-
fires out,
Absolutely.
fix the ship.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Sure. See how good I do at it. Oh, natural 20.
Hey, absolutely. You're tearing down some of the parts of the sails that are catching
Yeah, I'm really
fire
quick. I
before
just
it
go
spreads. Yeah, absolutely.
Run up the mast
Mm-hmm.
vertically.
On a 7, the dragon turtle does submerge. It dives back under the water. It's got a big hole in its eye and a ballista bolt sticking through its neck. It's
Break the autumn.
yeah, man.
Burst.
It's like
It's-
maybe this wasn't the best idea.
This was not worth it.
Remember how
tried to
Growly
tell
talked
it.
before? Imagine how Growly is going to talk now.
It's gonna talk like you. Well fought, guys. Absolutely. Dragon turtle is a dangerous foe.
Yeah.
So not quite showtime, but a good battle. However, the vessel itself is damaged. The hull is partially cindered. What's more a trouble is that the sails had caught. Not entirely, but it does slow the movement a little bit. So it's going to end up taking you guys 2 more days on the water than what you had initially anticipated. They do have some additional sails, but they're just not you don't have full wind
It's
power.
like spare tire. It's not as
Yeah,
nice.
it's
it is a burn, so it's not necessarily like a. So mending won't help.
no, because we're talking like caught and like
Cotton
from
spread.
cotton spread. Also, most like half the sail is at least in that big 60 foot of thing. So just so you know, according to the new sailing rules in Ghost of Saltmarsh, the movement sails on a sailing ship have 100 hit points. And so and an armor class of 12 automatically would fail for every 25 points of damage, reduce the speed of the vehicle by 5. So this thing would essentially have no sails. But they have sort of spares that they can rig up and things like
I do
that.
have a question.
Yeah,
Are these
please.
sails considered a large or smaller object? Or are they huge?
They're probably huge.
Okay.
Yeah, a large creature is like 8 to 10 feet tall.
Can it be like put into a?
Can it be folded?
Can it be folded
Sure.
into like a 10-foot cube?
Sure, yeah.
Because if it can, then the next day I could use the spell Fabricate. As long as I have the raw materials,
Okay.
I can create brand new sails in 10 minutes.
That
Artificer.
right?
I will. Roll me percentiles. Yeah, give me. Let's do a percentile roll on it. Everybody can roll.
Okay.
38.
It's an 89.
Okay.
82.
78.
Yeah, absolutely. That's enough to catch all 3. Yeah, you get all the sails up. Fabricate the next day, so you only lose
I lose
part
my
of a
fourth-
day.
I lose my 4th level the next day then.
Yeah. But fabricate. Well done.
Tesla, you're a bloody genius, man.
I know.
Friend.
Let's not get out of hand with
Oh,
the friends.
Okay, goodness. I was trying to correct myself from man. Is it really that difficult?
I don't care.
Okay. Sorry.
It was such a nice moment.
Right, like,
Don't get ahead of yourself with the friends stuff.
okay. But, like, you're saying that's ahead of me.
Another just deep Tesla sigh,
Mm-hmm.
which is just becoming so trademark nowadays.
My eyes revert, by the way, back to brown.
But yeah, yeah, as long as it's contained within 10-foot cube.
Yeah.
Or 8 connected 5-foot cubes. So
Absolutely.
boom.
And sails are made.
Sails are made.
Nicely done.
Freaking love
Mined and
artificers.
crafted. Within the week, you guys are going to make it to port, and we'll continue this on Wednesday.
Hey.
as the adventure. Well, I'm gonna. Is anybody back Wednesday for this group?
I'm not-
Okay. So if it's a different group, I will give them the choice. They can either pursue the point, or maybe they'll go eldritch machining while you guys are sword collecting. So it'll be up to people. We'll discuss it on the Discord. But I think that is a good place for us to call it a night, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for a very good game. I really appreciate it. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Good time.
You seem slightly overwhelmed.
Got better.
I'm glad.
You get used to it.
You
Yeah.
literally almost one hit, like, destroyed this entire
Right?
combat.
Yeah.
We only remembered
Cody's probably just
what a
like,
saltwater fish was.
really? Like a whole dragon turtle, just a goldfish.
Go.
It's probably like my precious encounter.
Oh, he redeemed himself.
It was purely random. I was not
had
invested
Two
in it.
new characters and
I don't mind a good random encounter. I think rolling on
Hey-o.
tables helps the yeah.
Maybe one day Tesla will not be
a
a
dick.
dick. Maybe. That's a strong
Credo's gonna wear
maybe.
him down.
I'm
Listen.
gonna hold my breath.
I got to do
Okay.
the cool. I got to do like okay. Let me break accent. I got to do the coolest fucking shit. Like
You got to ride.
I got to ride dragon turtle
And blinded.
Yeah, and blind.
only by using my weapon in a non-rules specific way.
It's all right.
We all learning. God knows I keep trying to throw damage somewhere where it's not supposed to be at.
You're just like,
Can I do it? No.
something, do something.
Someday you'll hit.
I'll hit something.
You're gonna be great once you get
Melee.
in a melee fight.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Like,
reckless great weapon master.
I am like in like well not only that but I have savage attacker as well as a feat and I have the
Nice.
tough feat like yeah like
Made of
I,
feats.
I am built well the only two feats I have is tough and savage attacker but I'm literally to be put in the middle of a fight and take damage and do damage and protect everyone around me.
Yeah.
So
No, it was extremely well done. I like Ancestral Guardian. That's very cool. I don't know much about Whispers. I'll have to dig through and see what
Oh,
they
they're
do.
About it
so
either,
cool.
Which probably didn't help jumping right into it, but
Well, you're very brave. I told you that before the stream. For just digging in. So thank you.
yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for hanging out, for having a good time. We will let you know about any bonus shows that we are doing this week. We would like to. I got to see what and who's available. So keep your eyes peeled on that. If you're on the Discord or on our Patreon, also keep a look out on there for some additional information for ways that we can game together, play together, do stuff. So thank you for that. That's all I got. Cole, anything else?
Well, actually,
Uh-oh.
one thing that I think is really cool. One of the things that Caitlin has been trying to do is update the interface on Twitch with the D&D Beyond,
Yes.
which your boy has a master subscription
Mhm.
and the legendary bundle. So hopefully we'll be able to get that up and running for you guys soon.
Yeah, that's the hope. Hopefully next week we'll get all the characters sort of ported over to that, and you guys can start to track hit points and features and feats and everything live and in real time.
Yeah.
So
do that before you shut that computer down.
That's what
Yeah.
that's literally what I just did. I just made the campaign.
so that's going to be a lot of fun. We are looking forward to that. So thank you guys for hanging out. Buddy, you gotta hit the button.
Oh, I do have to hit the
Second,
button.
get out of here.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
I was
I
like,
have-
what are you
I
doing?
have
Like,
so
get your
much-
ass.
I have so much responsibility. I'm not used to
I can't wait to see it in 2 seconds right here. There you go.
It's all good. I love that. Cole, is there anything else? Yes, I do have something. I had no idea.
I knew what you were doing too. I was waiting. I'm like, he has no idea that he's supposed to turn it off.
No, it's all good. All right. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. We will see you next time. But until then, be cool.
Pew pew pew. Pew